All right. Okay. Finally, we are live. Sorry, guys. I was trying to go live, but this YouTube never let me see even the screen where you hit to say go live. So, shalom, everybody. Peace of the Lord to all of you. Today, we will have some good time together. And I hope soon we will have Muslims to join us. Is my voice coming good in YouTube? Am I heard? Let me know, please, if you have any problem. All right. So, today our topic, the Muslims, they keep talking about their God and they have a religion and convert to Islam and all the madness. But the second you ask Muslims who is Allah, you will see how silly what they say. And this is an example. This is Mufti Menk. He's going to tell you who is Allah. Shall we listen?
Creation, that is Allah. He who made you and I, that is Allah. He whom I am going to return to after I die, and you and entire creation, when it comes to an end, will be returning to none other than the one who made this creation in the first place, Allah Rabbul Izzati wal Jalal. If you look at the message of all the messengers, it is identical when it comes to who you should worship. There was never a discrepancy, never a change. There was never any difference of opinion among the messengers, even though they came one after the other.
So the Muslim Isa, he told his followers to beat their wives and to have sex with kids and to lie to their wife and go around the Kaaba and kiss a black stone. I mean, do you see how they lie? But anyway, who is Allah? Allah is the one who made you, really. Well, the one who made me, shouldn't he know how he made me? If we open the Quran in 2 seconds, we will find that Allah do not know how the human being is made. Have you ever heard of a maker? He do not know what he made. So when the Muhammadan, they give you the speeches, we find that first they are lying. Secondly, they are talking about unknown. And assuming that Allah is the one who creates anything can be debunked in 2 seconds by using what's so-called the word of Allah. We are live in Ramble and in Discord and in YouTube. If there is any Muhammad that would like to join us, please feel free. And we would like to hear you. So there is no difference between the messages of messengers. Are you sure? Like messengers before Muhammad, they received messages from their God saying, go and any woman she want to give her vagina to you, you can F her. The messengers before Muhammad, they said that shaitan, he sleep in your nose, piss in your ears, jump in your mouth, and wrap himself around your penis. Messengers before Muhammad, they said that shaitan, he wrap himself around your penis when you have sex with your wife and he play with your anus. There's no difference between the message. There's nothing we share with Muhammad and his cult. We can't even call it a cult. Do we have any Muhammadan who want to say something to us? You ask me who is Jesus, it's very simple. You open John, 1 John, chapter 1. It says it clearly that we saw him with our eyes, we touch him with our hands, and we touch his wounds. So Jesus is real. He came between us, he lived between us, and he promised he will come back. Your God, what is real about him? Any Muhammadan? Who is a Muhammadan want to join us? This is your God now?
They all called towards worshipping the Maker alone. Whoever made you to worship.
Who is a Muslim want to prove to us that Allah is the Maker? I challenge all those black stone kissers around the world to give me any evidence of their choice that Allah, he can make anything. Anyone? Somebody saying to me his name power of one he is a Muslim saying the eternal God died. I mean, here you see how stupid the Muslims are. So if Jesus died, he is not God. If Jesus did not die, he is God. That means Jesus is God in Islam. Do you see the stupidity of the Muslims? The eternal life God, he died? Really? So, based on your logic, well, Jesus must be God in Islam because everybody died except Jesus. Your prophet is dead except Jesus. Abraham is dead except Jesus. Even the Quran and even the Hadith says that there are 4 people Jesus raised them from death, including who? The son of Adam. Is that correct? The son of Noah. So Jesus went back thousands of years and he commanded a person who is a son of Noah to come back to life to tell us what happened during the flood. So the Muslims, because they are a hypocrite like their father, the devil Allah, they say how God can die. Well, my God exists before the flesh. So what died is the flesh. God never died. Jesus says, before Abraham I am. So the birth, the flesh he is born with, is a flesh. As simple as that. The existence of the Messiah have nothing to do with the flesh. The flesh is born of Mary. Well, Jesus, he said, before Abraham. You know who's Abraham? The grandfathers of the Jews. So before every and any single Jew came to existence, Abraham, he saw the day of Jesus and he worshipped him. But Muslims, they question how God can die. Well, my God can overcome death. Your God cannot. Your God never lived to die. Can you prove to me that your God is alive? According to Muslims, Allah has no spirit. My God, he was alive by the Spirit. My God is a spirit. Is your God a spirit? No. How your God can be exist then? If he's a physical body according to Muslims. He have fingers, 5 fingers in every hand. He have feet. He have shin. He have face. He have big butt. But he have no spirit. Is that a description of an idol? Right? Any Muslim would like to join us? All right. Let us see if we can have some Muslims.
Hello, my friend. Can you hear me properly?
I hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so you said Allah has a big butt and the other place. I don't think that's mentioned in the Quran.
Do you have the Quran with you?
Let's talk about Allah's hands and the feet.
Do you have one by one? Do you have the Quran with you?
No.
All right. Do your Allah sit?
No. Can you tell me?
All right. Do Allah sit on a rooster?
No.
All right. Do you see my screen?
I see the screen with the Mufti Menk's video, I guess.
All right. Yeah, but I will show you. I will show you the reference in a second.
I'm still gonna be here, but I don't have much time, so just this part for once. Yeah.
My friend, you can have time. You are here to talk about your God. So why you don't have time? You don't have time for Allah?
Because today is Eid al-Adha, my friend, and I just came back home.
So nobody forced you to join us. Then if you cannot have a conversation, then you cannot have a conversation. You put your hand up, you join us, and either you have time for Allah or you don't have time for Allah.
No, I have time for Allah, man.
All right, that's good. So
I just came to tell you that.
You never heard that your God Allah he sat on a rooster?
No.
All right. Let us see together if this is true or not.
You just give me the reference so I can look it up as well.
Do you know Arabic?
Not really.
So how you can find reference if you don't know Arabic? All right.
Is it a hadith? Is it a...
Yeah, sure, it's hadith. Why not? I mean, if you're a prophet, he says something you
I
don't.
mean, I can look it up in my language.
I don't think you will find those things in your language. I don't think even Muslims will tell you those things. This is why you spend your life. You never heard of it before, correct?
That's why I came here.
All right, exactly. So you never heard of it before for a reason, because Muslims are not paying you for this is really something very funny and very stupid. Here we go. I will show you the reference, and I was just trying to get something legitimate, official Islamic website, so you don't say this is here, this is there. This is Ad-Durar Sunniyah, and this is the Hadith, and this is Sahih. And I will use Google Translation. Here we go.
God Almighty has allowed me to talk about a rooster, whose legs have been torn apart by the earth, and whose crest is bent under the throne, and he says, "Glory be to you, how great our Lord is," and he responds to him, "He who swears by me is a liar, does not know that."
All right. So the one who is carrying the throne of Allah, and Allah in the top of the throne, is a rooster. And this is a Sahih Hadith.
No, but can you give me the reference?
This is the Hadith. Here we go. Let me translate for you. Abu Huraira, Al-Muhaddith Al-Haythami, the book Majma' al-Zawaid, and the volume number 4, and page number 183. And this is all is authentic.
Narrator, Abu Huraira, updated, Al-Haythami, source, Al-Zawaid Complex, page or number 4183, summary of the Hadith's ruling. His men are the men of the Sahih.
All right?
Page number, that's for 183, correct?
Yeah. It's in the front of your screen. I just choose Google Translation.
I use phone, so my font is not so good.
So your God, he sit in a rooster. Do he sit or he don't?
I gotta look it up though.
I just show it to you. I mean, you see, I'm showing you reference.
Translation, but I don't speak Arabic, my friend. So I gotta look it up.
But you yourself, you will do the translation too. I mean, I'm not even using my translation. I just use even the internet translation. Isn't this what you would do? Isn't this what you would do yourself?
No, all the hadiths, they have been translated into other languages. I just
Not
need to
true.
look it up.
Not true.
Are you an Arabic speaker?
95% of the Islamic books are not translated, especially the one is.
I understand, but are you an Arabic speaker?
Yeah, I am an Arab.
You know that your language has several meanings for one word, correct?
Are you saying to me there's several meaning for Allah?
No. I'm saying that in your language,
Yeah, a second ago you said to me, the same word have many meaning. Well, this is a rooster.
That same word
It says here he is a rooster. His feet is in the ground. His head is under the throne.
I understand.
Give me the other meaning of a rooster. Go ahead.
No, I don't. I'm not Arab. I don't know.
I know, but you said to me every word have several meaning. What word?
How many meanings has ayum?
What word mean? What word you are talking about have several meaning? Is it the word rooster?
No, I don't know the Arabic word for rooster.
So why you come to this? Why you are saying to me every word have many meaning?
A word has many meanings in your language, yes. Ayum.
Well, that's the same in every language. But this is the same in every language. What a big deal. But here is so clear. It says there is a rooster. This is a rooster. This is a rooster. This is a rooster. You know, Allah, He allowed me to speak about a rooster. His head is under the throne. His feet is down the ground. And Allah speak to him, and He said, the one who swear by me, you know.
Can you give me the reference again?
Here we go. There's more reference. Here we go. This is another reference. This is Sahih. Here we go.
God has allowed me to talk about a rooster whose legs have touched the ground, and whose neck is bent under the throne, and he is saying, "Glory be to you, how great you are." He replied, "He who swears by me falsely does not know that." Narrator, Abu Huraira updated, Al-Albani source, Sahih al-Jami page or number 1714 summary of the Hadith's ruling, Sahih.
See? So it is Sahih.
Okay, for some reason I cannot find the hadith. Can you tell me what to search up so I could find it?
What?
Sahih al-Jami.
Sahih al-Jami'.
Okay, but you have a very hard accent, so... Saki,
I have a hard
Al-Jami.
accent. I'm speaking Arabic. I am the one who have a hard accent.
I know. No, it's because no, you have a hard English accent, my friend.
But my friend, I'm reading the book for you in English, in Arabic. You said to me, what is the
I'm not an
name of the
Arab, my
book?
friend.
How
You
that
better
can be
know
an
that.
accent? Okay, listen. This is the link. Here we go. I'll give you the link. Here we go. Now,
But I can read Arabic, bro. If you even if you give me the
so
link,
what I will
I don't
do?
read
So what I will do? How you pray to Allah in Arabic then?
I know the meanings. I
You know what?
memorize
No, you do not
meanings
know the
from-
meaning. No, you do not. Here we go. If I open right now, what is the chapter you recite every day?
I recite Surah Al-Fatiha.
Al-Fatiha. All right. Tell me what is the first verse mean?
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Most Merciful.
What does that mean?
Allah is the Most Merciful, and I start in His name.
No. Start with the first one. In the name of Allah. What does that mean?
I'm beginning in the name of Allah.
Who is talking in the name of Allah?
I am.
You can speak in the name of Allah?
Yes, I can swear in the name of Allah. Wallahi.
No.
swear in
You
the
see,
name of
okay,
God.
you see, this is because you are pagan. You know, we Christians are not allowed to swear by God. But because you are pagan, you swear by God because simply your God is nobody. He's an idol. But I'm asking you, who is the one saying in the name of Allah? Is that you or Allah?
I am.
No, you're lying. The one who's talking is Allah.
So I'm lying.
It's not you who say in the name of Allah. You are just reading what Allah said.
No, yeah, the Quran is the word of God, so I'm reciting in the name of Allah. So,
So you're reciting what Allah said. How Allah is the one who's talking and he's saying in the name of Allah?
So what's the problem with it? I don't get it.
So now I'm live. I say in the name of Christian Prince, people will laugh at me. I'm a Christian Prince. I
It's
can
because
say,
you're a human being. You're
I
not
can.
Jesus.
No, hold on. What a human being. So this is Arabic. Have nothing to do with being a human being or being a cockroach. Here, Allah is talking, saying in the name of Allah. In order for this statement to be correct, it have to be someone else speaking, delivering something, saying, I am talking to you, sent by Allah, in the name of Allah, I say this. Allah is talking, saying in the name of Allah, this is foolish.
That is foolish.
Yes, because the one who's talking is Allah. You say this word, you say this sentence, if you speak, you are sent by somebody and you represent him. But the one who is talking is Allah. He don't say in the name of Allah unless Allah, the one he is here, or the one is talking, he have other God, his name is Allah. And then second verse says, all praise due to Allah. Okay, hold on. Who is talking again? Allah. So Allah praising Allah?
So what's the problem with that?
There's big problem. Number 3, he just said here, the most beneficent, the merciful. He just repeat the same thing again. Are you parrot? Are you a parrot?
So
Are you a parrot?
let me talk.
In Arabic literature, if you repeat the same sentence twice in the whole article, you will lose a big marks on the strength of the language. You don't repeat the same sentence again and again. You just said that. Not even 20 seconds ago. He repeated again because he have nothing to say. And then he is the master of the day of judgment. And then it says here, thee we do serve and do we seek help. Allah saying that. This is obviously a prayer made by somebody, have nothing to do with Allah, have nothing to do with Allah speaking. Somebody trying to copy the prayer of the Christian, our Father out of heaven. There's no way Allah is talking. You know, this is why we say your God does not exist. Now we go back to zero. Who is Allah?
So can I speak, please? One more. So when you said all the praise to Allah, so you're saying God is praising himself and he can't do that.
The one is talking, yes, he's praising himself.
So when Jesus said, my Father is greater than I, and Jesus and the Father are the same being.
Well, Jesus is
So
speaking. Jesus speaking in the present. Jesus speaking in the present, and not saying. He is not saying in the name. He is not saying in the name of. He is not saying in the name of Jesus. He is saying, my Father.
My Father is greater than I.
So what?
And he and the Father is same.
You see, you are trying to change the topic. There's no connection between the topic we are talking. I will answer you about it, but you are changing the topic. Let me answer you. Let me answer you. Jesus says, "My Father is greater than I." That's very normal. That's why he called him the Father. The Son is born of the Father, not the Father is born of the Son. So that's why he called him the Father. So my Father is greater than me. I am the Son. He is the Father. So you are being foolish again. But what does this have to do with this? When Allah he speak and he say in the name of Allah, obviously the one is talking is not Allah. If Jesus says in the name of my Father, well, obviously Jesus is speaking, saying that the Father I am speaking in his name. If he said that. But here, Allah, do we have a Father? No. Is the one talking is the Son and presenting the Father? No. Is it even Muhammad talking? No. You Muslim, you say the one is talking is Allah. So how Allah, he says, we seek your help and we worship you. This is a fabricated prayer. In fact, it's not exist in the Quran of Ibn Masood. Is that correct?
I have no clue, man.
You have no glue or no clue?
I have no clue.
Well, I can give you a glue to fix it. So now, in front of everybody, our topic is who is Allah? Do you know who is Allah?
Yeah.
Who?
He's the creator of all of us.
Well, that's another issue. You just said Allah is the creator. Isn't it the Quran says there's many creators?
No.
No? Let us see. Here we go. You have your Quran with you? You can open your Quran with you. Chapter 23, verse number 14. And chapter...
Let me open it. Give me one moment. Chapter 23. Let's go one by one. Chapter 23, verse number...
14.
Verse number 14, okay?
All right. Read it. Does it say that Allah is the best of the creators?
Okay, so it's Surah Al-Mu'minun, right?
Uh-huh.
Then we made the sperm drop into a clinging clot, and we made the clot into a lump of flesh. And we made from the lump bones, and we covered the bones with flesh. Then we developed him into another creation. So blessed is Allah, the best of creators.
All right. But you said to me Allah is the creator.
Correct.
How many creators there is?
There's only one creator.
So are you saying to me Allah do not speak with Arabic and he used the wrong language?
He can use in the wrong language.
So why they saying creators?
Where does it say creators?
It's in front of you, the best of the creators.
That is a very good point.
We heard the video, Mufti Menk was saying, he's the creator. I mean, the Muslim, they keep saying to us, he's the creator, he's the creator, he's the creator. Well, the Quran says that Jesus is the creator too. But that will not solve the problem, because Muslim will say to you, oh, Jesus, he got the power of a creation because Allah gave him permission. But that is still that's stupid, because now Allah, he just have another divine next to him. We ask the Muslim, how we know that Allah is God? They say he's the creator. So the description of God is being the creator. So if Jesus can create, that means Allah gave him the attribute of God. For now, Jesus can create, Allah can create, and God knows who more. Because the Quran says the best of the creators, so it must be more than two, more than three.
That is actually very convincing, but I have to look it up.
So how Allah is the... And look here, do you notice what the madness in the verse? Here he's talking about creation of the baby. Creation.
In the English language.
Sorry?
They use like creator, so they use an S in the English language. But you have to understand that when Arabic is translated into other languages, they make a lot of mistakes while translating.
My friend, you can say those things to a foolish person who don't speak Arabic. I am an Arab. فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. I'm not reading translation. It's you who read translation.
Correct.
Okay. So here in Arabic it says, blessed be Allah, the best of the creators. In Arabic. فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. You can do this. You can go and highlight your mouse. Like these days, we have AI, we have all kind of madness. You highlight it, you click at the translation, and here we go, bingo. The creators.
The creators.
So when the Muslim, they give a presentation about God, their presentation is a fabrication. Your God himself, he don't speak good Arabic. He don't speak good Arabic. Because if Allah wanted to prove to us that he is the creator, he failed. He just said he is the best of the creators. That means there's other creators that are good. He did not even condemn them. No, he's saying they are good. But I'm the best. So, and if Allah is the only creator and he say he is the best of the creators, that means Allah is lying. He has given himself a certificate that he is the best of the creators who they are not exist. So he's showing off, hey, I am the best of football player. But he's the only one who play football. You cannot say the word best unless there is a rest. Where is the rest of the creators? And if you read with me the verse.
So if we go to Surah At-Tur, chapter 52, verse 35.
Chapter what?
Chapter 52, verse number 35.
All right, what about it?
It says the same thing, the creators.
Yeah, so that's more horrible. We know that. Does that will help you? No. Same mistake. And here, well, here it's even more horrible, because Allah, he compared himself to Baal. By saying this statement, he is saying that Baal is a good God and he is a creator, but he is the best of the creators. That is
By the way, I understand it. It's a problem with the translation.
No, this is the Arabic. It says,
So how many translations do you have in the Arabic for that word?
What?
That says the creators. Does it have? Can it have a singular and a plural meaning at the same time?
No. Khaliqeen. Khaliq is one. Khaliqeen is many. Sani', one maker. Sani'een, many. You can ask anyone who speaks Arabic, you know. And you can use Google translation. The best of the creators.
The best of creators.
So Allah is saying, oh, you call upon Baal? Don't you know I am the best of the creators? That means Baal is a creator too. When you say he is jealous from you calling upon Baal, and he say he is the best of the creators, that means he acknowledge Baal as a creator. If I say...
That is a good point. So, but right now, so you just showed it to me, so I got to look into it, then I'll let you know.
All right. Anything else you want to say to me about your God?
No, I think you know enough.
I know enough, or you know enough?
No, I'm trying to know. That's why I come to your server, you know.
Well, I saw you posting a link for a video, and you said to me, Sheikh, Sheikh, what the Sheikh was saying.
Yes, so what argument do you have that invalidates? So is there anything you can do to invalidate his argument?
I did not see the argument. Tell me the argument.
You can open the link?
I don't open links of people. Just tell me, what is the argument?
No, so you guys believe the Father is God, right?
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ is God too.
Uh-huh.
The Holy Spirit is God too.
Uh-huh.
The Holy Spirit is a different entity.
Person.
The Holy Spirit is a different person.
Mm-hmm.
The Father is also a different person.
Mm-hmm.
The Jesus Christ is also a different person, right?
Uh-huh.
So we have three persons.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, so how can three persons be one person?
How what? How
can three people be one?
Well, you know, this is how Muslims, I'm not going to offend you by saying a statement, don't take it this way, but I'm speaking in general, how Muslims are stupid. If you are saying to God, how can you be three and one? That means you should say to him, why want to call you God? God is called God because nothing impossible for him. I cannot be three person and one in the same time because I'm not God. I cannot be human and in heaven in the same time because I'm not God. I cannot be under the water and above the water in the same time because I'm not God. God is someone, he is called Almighty. So either you agree that the Almight is the might of God, which means when you say how, that is a stupid how.
I think your voice is cutting off.
Huh?
Your voice is cutting off.
My voice is cutting off? Give me a second, hold on.
But yeah, I got to go.
Oh, you got to go now?
I got to, yeah, but
did you hear my answer? Did you hear my answer about how he can?
No.
My God My God, he is Almighty God, so he can be three in one. There's nothing impossible with God. That's why Jesus, he is human in the flesh, yet he can control the nature. Can your God control the nature? No. Jesus, he is a human in the flesh, but he can command the dead ones and bring him back from dust, like what he did to the son of Noah, according to your prophet. Jesus can heal. My voice cutting off again?
Can I come back later?
All right, no problem. Take a hike.
All right, I'll be there.
All right.
Bye.
Who's next? My voice cutting off? I know what to do. This is my voice as good, guys, in YouTube? On Rumble? Do you hear me good in YouTube and Rumble? So the one who is having a problem in Discord, you go to YouTube. What we can do? But do you see how funny the logic of the Muslim, how easy it is to destroy their logic? All right, for those who are saying there's a problem in Discord, just give me a second. I will leave the stage and come back. Give me a second to see if we can fix it. All right, do you hear me now? Is it better or the same? All right. So the Muslims, when they want God, he can do everything. When they want how God can do, how he can refute this argument? So the Abdul now is a thinker. How he can be three and one at the same time? How can? Well, my God, he can do anything. Your God cannot. That's why Allah in the Quran, he speak about himself and he say how he can have a son if he don't have a girlfriend. Yeah, I guess we have Ahmed. He is a Muslim. Wait, option select. We have a Muslim. We invited him. Go ahead, Ahmed.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, I want to address the argument that you're having a screen like the best of creators and stuff. And then is it okay if I ask you a question?
Go ahead, tell me about the creator first.
Yeah, so you're doing an equivocation fallacy when you say, oh, he's the best of creators, therefore there's other creators. Well, in one sense, yes. Because when you say, I created this out, when you're talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's obviously going to be about creating from nothing. So you're doing an equivocation fallacy and grouping it in the same category.
Okay. So guys, let us show you how smart that this Muhammad and what he said. He said when Allah he speak, he is the best of the creators. Allah speak about creating nothing, something out of nothing. But okay, but this is what goes the same then, because when he say he is the best of the creators, that means all those creators, because he's one of them, they create something out of nothing. So when you give me this answer, it's a fallacy itself. For when Allah he said he is the best, that means he is one of them, and whatever he do, they do. But he is the best. If I say I'm the best swimmer, that means they swim, I swim, and I am the best of the swimmer. So if they can swim without water, that means I can swim without water too. If I say I am the best to fly, and they can fly without air, that means I can fly without air too, but I am the best to fly. So your answer is foolish and laughable. The mic is yours.
Yeah, so I don't think you heard what I said, but the reason why there is a distinction is by virtue of the essence and the stature of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Obviously, when we say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator of the heavens and the universe, of course, he created all of this from nothing. However, when I say I created an art piece, I want you to answer me this question. If I say that I created this art piece or I created this house, am I claiming that I created it from nothing?
You cannot say the word I create. Arabic is so clear. Ana banait, it is not I created. Bana mean he built. You did not create a house. So don't fabricate things. This is Arabic. And the word khaliq in the language, in Arabic language, al-khaliq huwa man khalaqa al-hayat, the one who give life, the one who provide life. It's not just the one who build a house. That is not a creator. That is a builder. I can say creative ideas but in the language. But even in Arabic, you cannot use that word, خلقت فكرة. You cannot. You know that. And your name is an Arab, so you're an Arabic person. So nobody can use such a word to claim such a thing. When you're God, Allah, and you Muslim, you say, we cannot compare anyone to Allah. But Allah himself now is comparing himself to Baal. He's saying he is the best compared to Baal. The best of what? Creators. That means Baal is the creator. He's a creator. Secondly, when you Muslims, you say, Allah is the creator, and he created things out of nothing. Well, there's no proof of that. And in fact, we can prove that Allah that cannot be the creator. Why? Look what the verse is saying. According to your God, he created the human being from a semen, and the semen will become a dead blood, and then the dead blood become a piece of flesh. Based in which science it says that this is how the baby is made. So if your God is the creator who created the baby, or let us say the first human being, or the first baby, well, he do not know how the baby is created. So here actually we have proved many proofs of the fallacy of Muhammad, for the baby is not created in such a way, and Allah showing us his ignorance about how the baby is made. Plus he is using a false Arabic language to praise himself, saying he is the best of the creators. And if you say to me that I made a bicycle and Allah saying he is the best to make my bicycle, that's even more funny, because it doesn't matter what we are creating, Allah saying he is the best on it. So Allah is comparing himself to his who? To his creation. So imagine I can say that malaria can kill and I am the best killer. I'm comparing myself to bacteria. Go ahead.
Yes, can I speak?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so you're not really understanding what I'm saying. So what, you first brought the example of, you can't, khalaqa, fikra. Well, you understand that fikra is muhdath, and it's like a whole nother conversation. So you can't, you're equivocating it. And this is not something restricted to the Arabic language. This is philosophy of language, right? So when I say I created this, I'm not meaning, it doesn't mean that I created this from nothing, right? And for example, if I say I created a bicycle, you got an example of a bicycle. If I say, I created this bicycle, I'm the best at creating bicycles, right? It can mean different things. For example, if I build the metal and the wheels, and I melted the iron and all of this kind of stuff, in contrast to someone who just built it by putting it together, that's already a difference. So you can use this kind of differentiation in the philosophy of language, which you need to study before you start saying, there's other creators other than Allah. And if you want clarification, just go to Tabari's tafsir, he explains it well. So and also let's keep it respectful and not say, how ignorant your Allah is. When if you want me to start insulting, I can say your God didn't even know, when the hour was. So let's keep it respectful.
You Muslim, you say all the time, even your Muhammad, he says he's going to have sex with the mother of Jesus, and now you are talking about respect. So listen carefully what you said. Allah, he said how he created the babies. You mentioned the bicycle, how he is making the babies, and then at the end he says he is the best of the creators. So there's many creators who make babies, but he is the best between them. Secondly, you mentioned the word philosophy. Philosophy in Islam is haram. You mentioned to me Al-Tabari. If I show you Al-Tabari, you will die laughing. You will wish not to mention his name. So I advise you not to mention his name, otherwise you will regret. In fact, I challenge you to say, I accept the interpretation of Al-Tabari. Do you accept it? For the whole Quran. He's left. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We did not start the fight yet. The verse is so clear. He is talking about how the baby is made and saying, I'm the best of the creators. This means there's many creators who create babies. He is the best. Are you a Muslim, Amira? Hello? I don't hear you. Is Amira talking, guys? Okay, Amira, fix your microphone and come back.
So,
What? Why your hand is up? You are a Muslim?
I don't know. Actually, you checked me yesterday, CP.
Ah, you are not a Muslim, right?
Yes, I do it.
You are a Muslim?
No.
So
Not
why?
at all.
So why your hand is up? All right, guys, only Muslim. We want Muslims. We want Abdul, who worship the black stone and pray to Allah, the unknown foreign god, who nobody knows who is he, where he lived, how he looked like. Nobody spoke to him. Nobody saw him. Nobody heard his fart. All what they know that he have 5 fingers and they are so sexy, and you know it. Who is a Muslim would like to join us? Mayday, Mayday. The creator, all this drama, you know, what is this? Brother Adnan Rashid, the gospel. Bring me Adnan Rashid. Let us make shish kebab together if you dare. Adnan Rashid. You're right. Jafar.
Yes, you're gonna run. I know you're gonna run.
How many creators they are the one who created people of Senegal?
Apparently, again, I'm gonna give you another lesson of Arabic. Ahsana, the complete, not best.
Ahsana mean the complete. He want to teach me Arabic, but you don't know Arabic. Ahsan mean the complete. The complete. That's amazing. I don't know your mom, she gave birth to you from where, but for sure not from her vagina. Go ahead, Ahmed.
Sorry, someone came into my room. Is it okay if I ask you a question?
There's a person who just spoke to me. He claimed that the word ahsan mean complete.
Ahsan means like the best.
But he is from Senegal, he's a Muslim, and you are an Arab, and you are a Muslim. Why every Muslim have different meaning for the same word?
You know, because layman speak without knowledge, so it doesn't really represent.
So he's a layman. Okay, I agree with you. He's an idiot.
Yeah, just like I'm a layman as well. However,
all right.
Like some people.
Okay.
Yeah. So can I ask you a question now?
You want to skip? What were you talking?
No.
How your God? Like, how your God? How your God is the creator? He do not know how the baby is made.
Sorry.
How your God is the creator, yet he do not know how the baby is made. According to science, is the baby is made from semen, and the semen grow became a dead blood, and then the dead blood became a piece of meat. And then
yeah, I did say you say I can ask you a question. I will address this afterwards, but can I ask you?
No, we finish this one. You can go. We don't want to. We never go backward, forward. Let us finish this.
What do you mean finish this? This is a new topic.
The topic is who's Allah. Allah, you know, why else knows them who's Allah? They say to us is God, but everything in the Quran proved to us Allah cannot be God. You see, you get upset.
That's fine.
You get upset.
I will address that. But
you get upset. You get upset because I say, you know, your God is ignorant. You know, but this way.
If you're gonna start insulting, I'm gonna.
I'm not insulting. I'm saying what he is. It's in front of you. Your God did not know how the baby is made.
Okay, so don't get like, you know, aggravated or, you know, kick me out when I say your God doesn't know how many figs in the tree and your God doesn't know.
You can say that, but you have to prove it.
Okay, Mark 13:32. Your God doesn't know when the hour is.
No, you see, well, you know, first of all, when Jesus he cursed the tree. Okay, let me explain. You see, you ask a question. Let me answer you. So Jesus he cursed the tree. That is the power of God. But for you, you wonder like how Jesus did not know the season. Nowhere it says Jesus did not know the season. It's them. They say, but it's not their season yet. So Jesus, he showed the disciple that when I ask you for the fruit, you don't give me excuse. The same as I did for this tree. The one who don't give the fruits, I am the Lord. I'm going to cast you and send you in fire. There's no excuse for you. The Lord, he is the one on command. Your God now, hold on. Let me answer. I'm not finished. Now your God, hold on. Your God do not know when the hour. In the Quran, chapter of the moon is split and the hour is near. Was Allah a person who given us the sign of the judgment day, or he's making things up?
Okay, I wasn't actually making an argument about, oh, your God doesn't know this. I was just responding to
No, you were, no
That's
problem,
fine.
no problem. You see, we are having a conversation. You mentioned something, I answered you, and this is the topic you open. So now, when your God Allah, he says, the judgment day is near, the judgment day is near, and the moon is split asunder. Is your God Allah making a false prophecy about the sign of the day of judgment started, or he is God, he knew what's going on? Go ahead.
What was the question again?
Your God do not know the hour and the proof in front of you.
He doesn't know the hour. Okay, that's fine. Can I ask you a question now?
That's it. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. If you say to me, I agree, my God do not know the hour, I am out of Islam, I will let you ask me the question.
Okay, so my question is going to be
No,
about
are you out of Islam?
Sorry?
Are you out of Islam?
I mean, if you think I'm out of Islam, that's fine.
I am not thinking. You see, you're playing taqiyya. You cannot play taqiyya with me. You can play taqiyya with those fools. So you're trying to dodge the embarrassment because it's an embarrassment. So you say, okay, fine. Let me ask me a question. Whatever I say to you, okay, fine. Let me ask me a question. So simply, you're trying to avoid the embarrassment. Do your God Allah knew the hour? Yes or no?
Yes, of course. But I came
So
in to
how he
answer the
say?
question.
So how he say? How he say? 1400 years ago. 1400 years ago, he said that the hour, the judgment day is near, and the sign is started, and it is the moon splitting. Is the moon splitting a sign of a day of judgment?
Yes.
So where is the day of judgment? So where is the day of judgment?
Sorry?
Where is the day of judgment?
It's a sign. It's a sign. It doesn't mean
exactly.
It's gonna happen after.
No, the sign. The moon is split. That means that's it. There's no return. Is the moon split now?
No, wait. This is something in the Bible, by the way, not the moon splitting, but
okay, guys. This is in the Bible. In the Bible, it says the moon is split. I like that. So now, is that a sign? Is that a? Does it say? Does it say that in Arabic it says اقتربت الساعة? It's extremely close. اقتربت. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. This was 1400 years ago. What he meant by it is soon, the day of judgment and the moon split. Go ahead.
Okay, so once I answer this question, can I ask my question?
When we finish our topic, because our topic is about Allah being God.
Okay, so you guys heard it? After I answer this question, I can answer. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you see, guys, you see, he cannot answer the question. Yeah, it's you who cannot answer anything. It's you who cannot answer anything. Listen.
I didn't get my answer.
Uh-huh.
I'm answering your question. I didn't even get to answer.
You did not ask me anything. You did not ask me anything. You are just making your own statement. No. All those questions you are refuted already. You mentioned to me about the fig I mentioned to you, and it is you who refused to answer any of my question. How Allah can be the best of the creators?
Can I speak now? Or?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So when it says اقتربت الساعة, this doesn't mean you're saying, oh, the hour is close and this is a sign of their judgment, and that was 1400 years ago. So where is judgment day? And you're saying this is like a false prophecy. So first off, time this is relative, right? So if you put 1400 years between us and time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, but if you take the time of the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and all the way back to like Adam alayhi salam, this would be, or Adam, the Prophet Adam, the relative to this time, it would be like very, very far away. So you can say this is like thousands of years before, but then this is like 1400, or however long do you believe the dating of the earth? Like I don't know if it's like 4000 years old, but it's relative. So there's no argument here.
Okay, are you done? You're done? Where you go? Where you go? I know it's say. See, ultimate fault, how the Arab, they laugh at you. They call you a layman. You want to teach the Arabic, you idiot? Part from Senegal. Ahsan mean complete now? Do you see how the Arab Muslim guy, he laugh at you? Do you see how stupid you are? Potato. Who is a Muhammadan would like to join us? Any Muhammadan would like to join us? Who want to bring a victory to Allah? Who have no testicles? According to Muslim, he have no penis. Yet in the Quran he says, how can I have a son if you don't have a girlfriend? Which means he is using false argument about why he cannot have kids. Shouldn't he say, how I can have a son if I don't have a penis? Instead, he said, how I can have a son if I don't have a girlfriend? I mean, have you ever heard of such a God like this? How you can have a son without having a girlfriend? Shouldn't you have a penis first? I mean, do you have the tools to make babies? Have you ever heard of a God? He say, how I can have a son if I don't have a woman? Let me go and have a date. And then we go, we fornicate. And then we make a baby, yay, bait. Huh? This is God? What the heck is that? He is the creator. He cannot even have a son without a woman. And look, Allah is a question his ability. Who is the one who said the word how to himself? Allah. How? It's like a wolf speaking to himself. How can he have children when he have no wife? Huh? How? Ultimate Fart is here in the chat. He want to tell us how. He will say to us, he is saying he is the best of ever. Allah is saying he is the best in effing, but he don't have a wife. That's the problem. So he can show us how he's good in boom boom, but you know, there's no women. If there's a woman, he can do the boom boom, but sadly, there's no women. At his time, Christian Prince, first of all, Allah is saying, how can I have a son without having a girlfriend? But he doesn't mean he have a girlfriend. He mean a boyfriend. Because Allah was designated in San Francisco. He was where? Allah was a member in the LGBTQFGOOO9222 community. Is that an intelligence of God? If we ask AI why God cannot have a children, he will give us better answer. A million times better. What is this? How can he have a son and have a girlfriend? Your God is super intellect, man. By using the word how can he, well, he is not qualified to be God no more. For God is the one who he can. So when Allah, he questioned his ability, using a clear Arabic language, saying, how can he? Then how you can be God? The question of how can is valid for everybody, except for God. And when God himself, so-called Allah, is a questioning his ability, obviously he is not the creator, because he can create a son without having a wife. He can give a birth to a son without a wife. I mean, even there is a creatures, they can multiply without sexual contact. Is that correct, guys? Are they God? There's a creatures, they can multiply themselves without having any sexual contact with other creature. How this God can be God? Low intellect, stupid, dummy, from the religion of Hum. You listen to the Muslim videos, behind them is what is the music you put in the background, Muslim? Somebody died? Did you copy it from Sadhguru? Sadhguru, his name is Sadhguru, and he want to make the audience happy. Solve this problem now. His name is Sad. And because he is the Sadhguru, his wife, she commits suicide according to him. Is that your God? The Sadhguru Allah? I feel sorry for him. He want to have a son, but he cannot. He don't have a girlfriend. Mayday, mayday. Do we have any Abdul? Why you guys are laughing at Allah? Show respect. Do you know what Allah can do to you? Because there is a guy, his name is Jack Shalom. He fished in Saturday. Allah made him a pig. The Quran says so. Quran says so. I mean, have you ever heard of a stupid story like this? Those guys, they fish in Saturday, so Allah made them pigs. So people who rape, He don't make them pigs. People who kill, He don't make them pigs. People who kidnap children, He don't make them kill. You fish in Saturday? Allah is so angry. And then we got the atheist. So now we have the atheist, they worship Darwin, who want to prove to us that we used to be monkeys and we became a human. And then the stupid Muslim, they want to do the opposite. We used to be human, we became monkeys. You solve it. Any Abdul? Yeah, ultimate fart, he keeps changing his names. He is so desperate to be spanked. Poor Abdul.
Yeah, I just want to know if you can prove that God exists.
Are you an atheist?
Yeah, I am. Can you give a deductive argument that establishes
So
that God exists?
what do you think about Allah?
So just to be clear, I'm asking you to give an argument, right?
I know, but what do you think about Allah before we go?
No. So you're dodging. So I'm not going to let you dodge.
I'm asking you, tell me who is Allah first, and then we will
I'm going to
go.
ask you for the third time in a row. Can you just give
Because
an argument?
I feel that you are a Muslim.
I'm not a Muslim.
Okay, tell me what do you think about Allah. Just tell me what you think about Allah and Muhammad.
I don't agree with the religion. I don't think it's true.
What do you agree? Are they false or not?
I don't think that any God exists.
Okay,
That would mean that
so do you
I don't think
agree?
Islam
Do
is
you
true.
agree with me that Muhammad is a false man?
I just want you to give an argument. For
I
God's
know.
existence. You can't
Do you
that.
agree with me
Okay,
that Muhammad is a false man?
just
Yes.
for everyone.
Do you agree with me that Muhammad is a
Just for
false man?
everyone
Do
to
you
know.
agree with
I
me?
asked you 4 times in a row to give an
So if you don't want to say anything about Muhammad, for me you are a Muslim undercover and you are a fraud. As long as you're an atheist, just say Muhammad is a false man and that's it. We go to the argument. But you don't want to say it because you're a potato. And here we fry you. All right, Amira, I will invite you. All right. Your mic is not working. This is the second time I invite you. We'll go check your mic. Your mic is not working. An atheist, he want to ask me, can you prove to me that the one who does not exist exists? Well, you are just being stupid. Because if you are asking to prove what is not exist to be exist, you have a judgment before you test it. You say it's not exist.
Hello?
Yes, Amira.
Okay. Can you provide a single syllogistic argument against the Tawhid God?
You are a Muslim man?
Oh yeah, I'm Salafi.
So why your name is Amira?
That's not the argument for the case, and you don't even understand my name, so you're not proposing that my name is Amira, even though it's not. So
Amira is what?
I'm here to debate, not argue.
No, you are speaking so fast. If we want to understand you, slow down.
Yeah.
Anyway, Amira is a name. Amira is a female name. Anyway, so now.
I know you cannot track my arguments. That's why I'm speaking fast right now, because you can't even track my arguments. So right now,
how we can understand what you are saying? Slowly, man. Slow. So now.
Okay, first of all,
so now, listen. Can your God have a son? Can your God have a son?
Well, if it's gonna not, do you understand the law of non-contradiction? If it contradicts God's attributes and His essence in such ways, then no.
Okay, that's wonderful. Guys, if this is contradict God attribute, that is no. But now
Yes,
God,
it
but okay, let me
contradicts
finish. Let me finish. You see, we can't talk in the same time. We can't talk in the same time. Just wait. I will give you time, you give me time. All right. So, but I will use your logic. So if contradict God attribute, then that cannot, that the answer is no. But your God, he just contradict attribute because he said, how can he? So you Muslim, you call him Almighty, and this is one. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. When you call him Almighty, this is the greatest attribute of God because he is the Almighty. So if Allah himself saying, how can he? That means he cannot be God. He is not qualified no more. He lost the most important attribute. He can clean, which means he can. The mic is yours.
Okay, but how? Where did we see the doctrine of God having the Son in any of the times, present days, even pre-Judaism, early Judaism days?
You are trying to change the topic. I just gave you something. You need to answer it. No, you see, we don't care. We don't care about doctrines who don't listen. You are trying to change the topic. You said that if contradict the attribute of God. I wanted to answer what I said. What kind of God? He contradict himself, saying, "How can he?" The mic is yours.
Okay. Now I'm saying I'm not switching up the topic. What I'm asking you is right now is where have we seen the doctrine of
I want you
God?
to answer me first about how can he? Why Allah making such a statement if he is the Almighty? You're trying to jump over it.
Okay, first of all, he's explaining it to the people, so he doesn't have to you don't have to understand it. Okay,
so how come you have to understand how God can have a son, but you don't have to understand how God cannot have a son? I mean, don't you see, guys, how the hypocrite? He's trying to explain it, but you don't need to understand it. But that means hold on. You just said to me, he's trying to explain it, but you don't have to understand it. So Allah failed to explain?
Bro, not really failed to explain, just like saying your God have an argument, they gave a bad argument against like Trinity or anything.
So are you saying now your God is giving a bad argument? Is that what you are saying? Are you admitting that your God giving a bad argument?
Are you retarded? I'm saying you're saying God keep the argument that you can't have a son without a wife, therefore that argument is trash because God can do anything. I'm asking you now.
Hold on, one by one. God, he can do everything. No, your God saying, how can he? We Christian, we don't believe. Hold on. We Christian, we don't believe that God need a wife. Like, do the Christian believe that God, he marry Miriam and then they have a son, his name is Jesus? No. So this is your false argument. Your God argument is fake and hypocrite. So now I'm asking you, why Allah is giving us an answer which is shallow and silly and stupid? Because if he is God, he do not need a wife. The mic is yours.
Christian Prince, what denomination are you?
Me? I'm a Muslim Sunni. Yeah. I'm a Muslim Sunni. Are you Shia?
Yeah, I'm a Shia that gives sick to your mommy, bro.
You are a Shia?
Yeah, I'm Shia. Yeah.
Seriously, you are a Shia. So can you tell me about why Allah did the mut'ah then?
Yeah, he did mut'ah so I could be able to do it for my mother and wife. Yeah.
You are insulting my family now?
Yeah, your family who appeals to Trinity, which is a polytheistic belief.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Well, your mother is a whore because she is the one who approved that she get married by paid for vagina by hour. Is that true? I can show you the reference right now. Your mother, she have a meter over her vagina. A Muslim woman, she called the sheikh, and I can show you the video. She asked, she said, you see how silly they are, how they want to insult my family. Why? Did I insult them? We are talking about Allah. Trashy people, garbage in, garbage out. But anyway, you brought that to your mother. A woman, she called the sheikh, she said, I am getting older. She is like 30. Because Muslims, when a woman, she is 30, she's a grandma. I mean, come on, those people, they married 2 years old. So she said, I'm afraid I will not get married. The sheikh, he said to her, the Prophet said, that every woman is written over her vagina the names of the one who will if her. Do you want me to get you the video? And when Allah, he is answering the Christians about how can he have a son, Well, the Christian don't believe that God have a son because he have a wife. None of them. So he's answering who? All what Allah need to say, I don't have a son. Who is a Muhammad and would like to join us? And don't insult, you know, you bring insult to your parents. You speak about God, we're talking about God. Why you want to do that? Any Muhammadan? Okay, I will get you back. But don't use bad language.
Okay, I appreciate you loading me back up.
All right. So now, how Allah can have a son? Why he cannot have a son? Because he doesn't have a girlfriend. Do your God Allah first have a penis?
Well, in the sense right now, like, no offense to you, I'm not meaning this insult, but your God, Jesus had a penis, so what does that affirm?
So okay, Jesus have a penis. Does your God have a penis?
Well, no, I don't. He never affirmed that to himself.
Okay, so why he is saying, why you call him he, yet he don't have a penis? Is he a fake male?
Are you retarded? He, if you understand, when you say he, you say it as a form of. I wouldn't know how to explain it to you right now, but I'm saying like you could say he to a person like because use it as like a male attribute. You know?
As if he is a male, as.
No, I never said as if he's a male. You're misquoting me right now.
So what? Is he a male or not? If he is not he, why he is saying how I can have a... Okay, are you saying to me Allah he lied? Okay, are you saying to me Allah he lied to us?
My God, do you want me to use it?
Huh?
Or what do you want me to use? What
What
pronoun does God go by?
Well, he can say Allah. He called himself Allah. I'm Allah. That's it. There's no need for he and she. That's it. He's Allah. So now... When Allah, he said, look how many times he claimed, how many times in the verse he claimed to be male. Look how many times. He, here, here, and then wife. Why he said wife? If he is not a male, why he say wife?
Wait, can I share my screen so I can show you in your Arabic Bible how much times your God says he to himself?
Who?
Your God.
Well,
can I show
you asked me if my God is a male. I said yes. You said, does your Jesus have a penis? I said yes. So he is he. Your God is not he. So is your God is he?
Is the Father he?
Yes, he is he. Because Jesus says, and the Bible says, God created Adam. Hold on. God created Adam in his image. My God the Father is a spirit. Your Jesus is the image of God, the visible image of the invisible God. So you ask me, do your God have a male member? He came as a perfect male, as a perfect man. Now, is your God Allah is a male?
Does the Father have the attributes of the Son?
The Son is the visible image of the invisible God. So if you want to know if God have an image of a male, well, here we go, we have Jesus. That's it. So when we say he is he, because he is, hold on, God, our God is Jesus. Our God is the Father. Our God is the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
This is what God. So when we say he, we are talking obviously about God, who is he, and he is proven to be he. He is not she. Your God calling himself he, and the fake standard. He says, how I can have a son if I don't have a girlfriend?
Are you done?
Okay.
Does the Son have the attributes of the Father?
This is not, you see, we don't have something called attribute. This is only in the stupid religion of Islam. If I ask you right now what attribute mean, you will get dizzy. What attribute mean? Can you tell me?
Attribute is a sifa. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Okay, who is the one who gave those sifat or adjective to Allah?
Who? He gave it to himself in his own book.
All right. So now I'm going to go with you. So when the God of the Christian, he says, God created Adam in his image, that means Adam have the image of God. That's it. Adam, hold on. Adam, he have the image of God. And Adam is a man. Now, your God, do he have your God? We can't talk at the same time. You can't talk in the same time. People won't understand. People will not understand you. People will not understand you. So, do your God, Allah, have the image of Adam?
Okay, are you done?
I'm asking you a question. Do your God, Allah, have the image of Adam? Yes or no?
Can you stop talking? Can you stop talking? Good boy. Okay. Now let me explain to you. If we were to take every single thing literal, and you were to take every single thing literal in your own scripture, you would affirm for the Father, for he to have a butt, he would have hands, he would have all these attributes that you so-called say us Safaris have, and we don't do tweeting man on them. So, you know,
my friend, you are just being silly. I just told you Jesus came as a perfect man. Jesus came to earth as a perfect man. So you say he have a butt? Are you serious? He came to this earth as a perfect man. Hold on. I'm asking you now. So Allah, he sat on the chair. Do he have a butt?
No, I said you affirm if you were to take all the scripture literal. You would end
You
up
see,
affirming.
I said to you, my God, literally, listen carefully. Literally, he came to us as a man. Is your God Allah is a man?
Are you retarded? I'm not talking about the Son. I'm talking about the Father.
Doesn't matter. The Father, no problem. God, he came. Oh, no problem. God, our God. Listen. We have no problem with God coming in the image of a man. I'm asking you, if your God, Allah, is not a man, he have no penis. Why he say how he can have a son without having a girlfriend? He should say maybe a boyfriend, maybe he's a female. Why Allah he choose? Why Allah he chosen to call himself he, not she?
Okay, is the Son's attributes?
You're trying to change the topic. We don't have attribute.
No,
This is only in your garbage religion. So I'm asking you, why Allah said how I can have a son without a wife? Why didn't say without a husband?
No. When you answer my question, then I'll answer.
I answered you. You are repeating the same thing. I told you that our God, he came to us as a man. Jesus said, whoever saw me, he saw the Father. So if you saw the man Jesus, you saw the Father. Jesus is the visible image of the invisible God. So our God, the Father, is invisible. So listen. Now, God, Jesus is our God. This is what you need to know. He have a physical body. He is a man. He have all the description of a man. Your God, he said, how I can have a son without a wife. Okay, you're not going to answer, right? Are you going to answer or not? Are you going to answer or not? You want to keep talking to yourself?
Does the Father have a physical body?
You want to Yes. My Father, he have a physical body through Jesus.
No. Does he have a physical body?
I answered you. For Jesus is the visible image. For Jesus is the visible image of the invisible God. The Father is invisible, you idiot. So the Messiah is the visible. You ask me about what is visible. That what we have is visible. That is Jesus. So I answered you. Now, do your God have a physical body? Do your God? Okay. Do you want me to kick you out? Are you going to go in circle?
You affirm absolute divine simplicity.
Do your God have a physical body?
I'm not going to debate retarded arguments. I want to debate
then get out of here. You are making me lose my voice, repeating the same question 1,000 times. Jesus is the visible image of the invisible Father. Whoever saw me, he saw the Father. I am with you all this time, and you do not know me, Jesus said. It's you Muslims who have a problem. We don't have a problem if we say God, he came to us as a male. It's you Muslims who are confused. You call him he, but he is not he. He say how I can have a son without a wife. That means he's a male. But then you say to us, he don't have ding ding. Your God Allah lost a ding ding. So he's lying. He should not say how I can have a son without a wife. He should say how I can have a son if I don't have ding ding. They keep repeating because they're trying to dodge the question. My Father. How many times we need it? You Muslim, you make fun of us. You say your God is a man. All the time. Suddenly now your God is not a man. When you want to make fun of the Christian, you say to them, your God is a man. You worship a man. Well, your God is not a man. Your God is not a woman. Your God is not a she-male. Your God have no ding-ding. Your God have a body. But your God is silly, and he called himself he, but he is not he. He say, how I can have a son without a wife, but he cannot even have a wife. Can you? If we bring Allah next to the most beautiful female, let us say Nancy Pelosi, the most beautiful women in America, huh? With the makeup, and we put him with her in the bed, and we lock them in one room. Who is going to make who pregnant? Nancy Pelosi, until now she is virgin. Her husband cannot do it. Allah cannot do it. Prove me wrong. The future wife of Allah. Any Muhammadan? I don't know what it says there in my Filipina grandmother. I just type Nancy Pelosi beautiful makeup. I got this. I mean, this woman is really weird. Anyway, how can Allah have a son who don't have a girlfriend? Is that a philosopher talking? I mean, Joe Biden can do better. You know the thing? Hey, Joe, how come your son is hunter, like he's hunting, with the Chinese and Ukrainian, How come the guy, he got a job in Ukraine to be a head of a company, but yet he don't have any experience? Oh, in Ukraine, they give jobs to everybody. It's a rich country. They call Hunter Biden, listen, Hunter, we need you here. Without you, our old company does not work, does not function. We need a drug-addicted person so he can sniff the oil. Sniff it, sniff it. Does it sound good? Is it high quality, Hunter Biden? Yeah. Don't forget to send the fees to my bank account. Yeah. Any Abdul? The God who is she, but he is he, what no he, she. The most confusing God who know Allah. Biden know best what he is saying. Huh? Who is an adult, mature Muslim would like to join us? Your God is Allah. He created everything. I'm telling you, brother.
Who is Allah? Allah is the worshipped one who made entire creation.
Trust me, your God, Allah, do not know how to make hummus. And every single verse in the Quran proved that. Who is this guy, Christian Prince? He think he is the judge and the jury? Hey, my friend, I'm a Middle Eastern. Those jury things in America. Middle Eastern, we don't have juries. The judge is the jury. He's the executor. He is everything. You like it, like it. You don't like it, take a hike. Do we have any Abdul? Any Muhammadan? The jury system in America is one of the most funny system ever. You go on the stage, you cry for people, you manipulate them, you fool them, they judge for your benefit, even if you are a criminal. Is that how you judge things? You have evidence. You do not need the juries. Like we have the guy in the tape in the jury. What is your decision? Anyway, Who is a Muhammadan would like you to join us? This is Allah, your God? Really? Is he the same one who split the moon? It's true about Muhammad predicting death. Yeah, he said, I was going to show it to him, actually, to the guy here. Muhammad, he told him that this kid, before he grow old, he will die. Sorry, all of you, not he will die. All of you, you will witness the day of judgment. So before he die, before he grow old, all of you, you will see the day of judgment. They came and they said to him, when the hour will be. The Muslim, they try to fix it. They say, no, they are not talking about now. They are talking about those people. This is about the hour. This is about those people when they will die. But this is against what Islam teaches, because nobody knows, including Muhammad, when he will die himself. The verse, the hadith is so clear. They said to him, when is the hour? In Arabic, when you say as-sa'a, every Muslim in you are talking about the day of judgment. Do we have any Muhammadan? So, Mufti Menk, who is Allah?
That is Allah. He who made you and I.
He made you and I, but he do not know how a human being is made. So he think that the sperm became a dead blood, the dead blood to grow. This is why, you have to be careful where you leave your sperm. Be careful, it might grow. Yeah. You throw it in the yard. Yeah? Second day you will have a meat of blood. Tree of blood. Be careful, be careful. Now I know why they are using condom. Condom. By the way, in case you do not know, who knows who is the first one who created condom? Anyone? Who is the first one? Look, maybe we have a Muslim, he can answer us. Especially, hello?
Hello?
Yes, are you a Muslim?
Hello? Yeah, I'm a Muslim, yeah.
All right. Do you see what the topic is about?
Well, I actually just joined. I'm pretty interested in knowing what are you talking about, guys?
We're talking about Allah. How you Muslim know that Allah is God?
Yeah, I know. I'm a Muslim and I know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is God, yeah.
How you know?
How do I know? What do you mean, how do I know? Don't you think that believing in the existence of the Almighty Creator is actually a necessity?
Well, you see, I am a believer, so I believe in God, but I am talking about your God. So we don't want to mix things up. So your God, how you know that your God is the Almighty God? Like, what you just said to me, Almighty and the Creator. Can you prove to me that Allah? Can you prove to me that Allah is Almighty?
Well, actually, your question is kind of wrong. I genuinely believe that there is an Almighty God who created this universe, who created me, who created you. This is what I believe in. So you're asking me. Yeah, you're asking me right now. Can you prove to me that the God that you believe in is the God who created this universe? Well, what is the difference between the God you believe in and the God I believe in?
Because anyone can claim, I can claim that I'm the creator too. You can claim that. I mean, people lie. So when somebody says to you, there's a God, his name is Allah, did you investigate what this Allah is capable of? Like, did Allah prove himself to you in any way, in any mean?
All right. That's actually a beautiful question you're asking to me. But I'm not qualified enough to answer that question. I'm actually here to learn,
All right. So I want to ask you then, as long, I like humble people too, and I like to learn too. If you go, I assume that you know Arabic from what I heard from you.
I'm not Arab. No, I'm actually Arab. I'm Egyptian. Are you Egyptian?
No, I am not. Even though the Pharaoh was my cousin. Yeah. But if you see with me the screen, you will see that Allah, He keeps saying, if He will, if He will, if He will, if He will, if He will. So I want to ask you here, all right. So the kuffar,
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Excuse me. Before you ask me the question, I just told you that I'm not qualified to answer your question. Why are you asking me again?
So you are here to do what? Why you put your hand up?
I just told you that I'm here to learn. I'm here to ask you questions.
Oh, you want to ask me a question about your God?
No, I'm not going to ask you questions about my God. I'm going to ask you questions about God.
Well, you do not know what is God first to know. Okay, I will help you. So God is not someone who lie. Do you agree with me?
That's for sure.
Okay, but your God lied.
Oh, all right.
So as an example, did Allah lie to Shaitan?
Where where exactly in Quran?
All right. Chapter 7, verse number 16. Chapter 15, verse number 39. Yep. All right. So, Shaitan, he is saying Allah, you lied to me, you know, you deceived me, and I'm going to deceive them.
Where is it saying that Allah deceived?
You said you're an Egyptian. You said you're an Egyptian. Read it. Read it.
قال فبما أغويتني لأقعدن لهم. I'm sorry, لأقعدن لهم صراطك المستقيم.
What أغويتني mean?
بما أغويتني.
Yeah, what أغويتني mean? What أغويتني mean?
أغويتني means that, well, I'm not very good English users. I'm not.
Come on. Okay, tell me in Arabic.
أغويتني mean in English.
Mean what?
I'm not sure what does أغويتني mean.
Deceive me. You lied to me. Even the Muslim translation says, you sent me astray. He deceived him.
What does that mean in English?
He deceived him. He deceived him. Like, you know, I was correct. And then you made me do wrong.
No, what does that astray mean? I don't know that.
Astray wrong. Go wrong. Go bad. You know, you made me go bad. You made me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
How did Allah deceive him in that way?
You tell me. You are the Muslim. And
what do you mean? You tell me.
We don't care how Allah deceived him, but what is confirmed.
Wait, no, don't use. Wait. Don't use the wrong word here. You keep saying deceiving. I can't see the word deceiving.
Okay, what is the word deceive in Arabic?
The word deceive means khida'.
There's other words in Arabic like yudil.
Yudil, no, yudil doesn't mean deceive. Of course not.
It's mean what?
Yudil means misguide.
Misguide is not deceive. Misguide. Okay. Yep. Okay, here we go. So is misguide is the same as deceive? It is, because you lie to somebody. This is how you misguide him.
I'm sorry?
If you misguide somebody, that means you deceived him.
No,
misguide. He was guided. You misguide him. You have to lie to him to misguide him.
Right. Excuse me. Are you blaming God because Satan or like Iblis used his own free will to choose something? Are you blaming God?
First of all, in Islam, there's no free will, and you know that.
What do you mean there's no free will in Islam?
Okay, let me ask you. In Islam,
no. Before you ask me, we
are talking about free will. We're not changing topic. We're talking about free will. Free will. Hold on. Free will. Okay. So now
of course, we're going to talk about free will. Do you believe in free will?
Sure.
Beautiful. So you're blaming God for something that Iblis did with his free will?
Okay. Can you prove to me that Iblis, he did that by free will? I just showed you the Quran saying that Shaitan is misled by Allah. How he's a free will?
Well, and also the Quran says that Satan, or the Shaitan, he chose not to bend to Adam when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked him to do that. Adam, peace be upon him. He chose not to bend to him, and he also told Allah why he didn't bend to Adam.
Okay,
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
so look
asked
what
him to.
happened now. Look what happened. You just confirmed to people that the first one who told Shaitan, to bow down to a human being and to misassociate God with a human being, and because bowing down is an act of worship, so Allah, He commanded Shaitan to bow down to a human being, which does not make sense. And Shaitan, he did nothing wrong. It was angels accusing Allah of creating someone with do mischievement. And then Allah wanted to prove that that Adam will not, but in fact Adam did, which means Allah again is wrong. So Allah taught Adam all the names, and then He taught Adam the names, and He told the angels, tell me the names of those things if you are truthful. They failed. They said, we do not know except what you told us. Then Allah told Adam to tell the names, and then Adam told them the names, and see, this is how I prove that I'm Allah. So look what your God did.
Okay.
Your God Allah, hold on, your God Allah is deceiving the angels. He is saying to them that what you said, not only that, your God is accusing the angels to be liars. Is that true?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Did your God accuse the angels to be liars?
No, I actually don't know.
No, you know, I mean, come on, you know the Quran.
No, I don't know what are you talking about.
No, it's you who mentioned to me the story of Adam. You forgot?
I'm sorry?
It's you who mentioned to me the story of Shaitan refusing to bow to Adam.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I know this story.
All right. So now, did Allah in the story accuse the angels to do to be liars?
To do what?
To be liars?
To be liars? How did you how did you come to that conclusion?
The same chapter you mentioned to me, chapter 2, verse 31, it says that Allah, He taught Adam all the names, and then the angels who said to him that Adam would do mischievement, He said to them, tell me the names of these if you are truthful. What is the opposite of truthful?
What? No, you actually got it very wrong.
Really?
Sir, yeah, sir, do you understand Arabic?
No, you tell me, what truthful mean?
No, do you understand Arabic?
No, I am not an Arab. I'm from Pakistan.
You're from Pakistan.
Yeah.
So you don't understand Arabic at all.
No. You tell me. It says if you are truthful, what the opposite of truthful?
Truthful about what?
About what they say. They accuse Adam to do mischievement.
Yeah.
So what is the opposite of truthful? He said, if you are truthful. If you are truthful.
Actually here, all right. If we're talking in Arabic here, so the opposite of truthful in this verse is mistaken.
No. Truthful, the opposite of it is a liar.
Yeah, but in this verse, in the context of this verse...
This verse, no, the Arabic is so clear, and I speak Arabic better than you. It says, in kuntum sadiqeen. In kuntum sadiqeen. If you are telling the truth.
Do you speak Arabic
so
better
you,
than me?
I am an Arab, my friend. I am not an
know.
Egyptian like you. I'm an Arab. In kuntum sadiqeen. So if you are telling the truth, tell me the names. And they failed. They could not tell the names. So the angels in Islam...
I believe you just lied to me. You told me that you don't know Arabic at all.
I told you I did not know Arabic.
So
I am like Allah. I did not study science, but I am a scientist like Mohammed. I do not know how to read, but I can give you Quran like Mohammed.
Where are you talking?
I do not know. I'm not a doctor, but I can tell you how the baby is made like Mohammed. So my friend, just consider me another Mohammed. So now you said to me in front of everybody that the word sadiqeen, the opposite of it, sadiqeen mean truthful. Yes or no? If you are truthful.
Sir, I feel like you are insecure about something. I don't know what it is.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am insecure. That's why I put my money in the bank.
No, really. Can you
I'm
please
serious.
answer me truthfully? Do you understand Arabic?
No, I don't. Do you?
Well, I do understand Arabic. I have never actually studied Arabic so deeply. I can read Arabic. I can understand it. But I'm asking you, do you understand Arabic? You answered me, no, you don't, right?
I said, no, I don't know. I don't speak good Arabic like Allah because I'm from Pakistan. He's from Bangladesh.
No, we're not talking about whether you can speak Arabic like Allah or not. My question is pretty obvious. Can you speak Arabic, sir?
Can you speak Arabic, sir? So all this time, okay. وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا ثُمَّ عَرَضَهُمْ. So I speak Arabic. It's obvious. You want to speak to me in Arabic?
I'm sorry, your voice is lagging, some kind of lagging.
My
Can you please
voice is
repeat what you
lagging?
said again?
Oh, okay. My friend, it
Yeah,
says
can you
here,
please?
Allah, He challenged them to tell the names if they are telling the truth. So what is the
No,
opposite from telling the truth?
no,
You said here it's a
this is not what
mistaken.
you
They are
said.
mistaken. How they are
Sir,
mistaken?
sir,
He didn't say Allah. He didn't say you are wrong. He
sir,
said
please calm down. I told you, sir, you're giving me a lot of questions. You're overwhelming me with a lot of questions that I don't know the
you
answer
can call a
for. I
friend.
never
You can call a
claimed that I
friend. Do you
don't
have
know
a
the
sheikh?
answer.
Call a sheikh. We can call your sheikh friend.
I'm sorry. No, well, my sheikh is asleep by now,
Wake
actually.
him
But
up,
yeah,
man. The duty for
you're.
Allah is more important than sleeping. Tell him, wake up. Allah
I'm
is calling
sorry.
you to refute this guy.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm not here to call my sheikh and to come debate you. I'm not here for any of that. I'm just here to ask a couple of questions. It's pretty easy, you know.
Yeah, pretty
Just
easy.
calm down. Answer my
But pretty
questions. Yeah.
easy. But you could not answer me about one word in the Quran. Pretty easy.
Yeah, because I never
Sadiqeen.
claimed that I can. I
Sadiqeen.
never
No, you
claimed that I
can.
can.
It says if you are truthful. This is your Muslim translation. What is the opposite of truthful? Not truthful.
Wait, bro, but actually you're taking it so seriously, all right? Because me myself, I'm not very knowledgeable about Islam, me myself. But can you please calm down? Like you're taking it. I
Okay,
feel like
hold on.
it's
Let
kind of
me
personal or
give me
something.
a
Yeah,
second. Let me take some
yeah.
bills. You are right. I need to take some bills because it's my time. I take I take my annual shower tomorrow, and today is my annual bills. Okay.
All right, take your bills. Take your bills.
Okay. Now I'm calm. Okay. So now, what is the answer? In kuntum sadiqeen. What the opposite of it? I calm down.
I don't have. All right, perfect. I don't have
So
any
you
answer
asked me
for
now
that,
to
and I'm
take.
not going to answer
So you
questions.
asked me to take bills to tell me I do not know. So I took the
I
bills for
didn't
nothing.
ask you to take bills. I didn't ask you to take bills. I
Do you
asked you
know?
to calm
Do you
down.
know that I might die from those? I don't know what those bills for. I found them next to me.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for that.
It might
I'm
be for
really
my dad. I don't know.
okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
All
But
right.
the thing is, I came here and I told you that I'm here to learn and to ask questions. But instead, you are giving me questions. This is weird.
That's weird. Honestly, that's weird. Actually, you know what?
Not good.
Yeah. Do you know a
It is.
city?
All right.
Do you
So
know?
if you
Do you
don't
know a
know,
city?
if you
Do you know a
don't
city?
want,
Hold on, hold on. What's your name? What's your name?
Mohammed.
How are you doing, Mohammed? How are you doing?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very good. Thanks for asking.
Are you calm?
Thanks for asking. What about you?
Do you need to take bills or something like me?
No, what about you? You asked me how are you doing, and I'm
Yeah,
being
I'm
polite.
not
I'm
doing. I'm
asking
not
you
doing
back.
fine
What
because
about
you are driving me crazy, man. You are keep saying to me,
Why?
calm.
I'm driving you crazy?
Yeah, because you
No,
are
I
so
don't think I'm
smart. I'm
driving
not.
you crazy at all.
I'm not be fit for to speak someone like you, educated. So you speak Arabic. I don't.
Okay.
I'm from Pakistan. You are not. So listen. When Allah He says, "In kuntum sadiqin," you said to me, "I do not know." So now, what do you
Sir,
know? What do you know?
please,
What,
this is not what I'm here for. This is
okay,
not what
what
I'm
do you
here
know?
for.
What do you know about your God? What do you know?
When I came, bro. All right, just calm down. How old are you, please? Like, can you give me if I can ask, how old are you?
Yesterday I was 17. Today I'm 16. Why?
You are. How old are you again?
16 now.
16. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So if I can, yeah, I actually came here. Once I came here, I said that I'm here to be educated. I'm here to ask questions and to take answers. And apparently, this is not what is happening right now. You're actually overwhelming me with a lot of questions that I have no answer for and that I have never ever claimed
Okay,
that I have an answer
let us do
for.
this. Let us do this.
Me,
You give me
an answer.
okay, hold on. Let us do this. You give me the question. You give me the question you like me to ask you.
I give you the question you what?
You like me to ask you.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Give me the question of your choice you like me to ask you.
Oh, so I can ask questions right now?
Yeah, you give me the question you want me to ask you, like the best, like something you know for sure, like you have knowledge of it.
You want me to give you something that I know for sure the answer for it?
No, yeah, give me the question. I will ask it to you exactly word by word, and you give me the answer.
I really don't understand what you
It's like,
want.
the Egyptian exam, the teacher, he sell the questions to the student before they go to the exam. Second day, everybody knows what exactly the question, everybody pass. So I'm asking you, give me the question now. I will give it to you back, and you answer it.
Yeah, so I actually wanted to talk to you a little bit. I would really like to know, are you Christian, sir?
My name is a Christian Prince, so I guess I'm Hindu.
You are Christian or Hindu?
My name is a Christian Prince because I'm Hindu.
Your name is Christian Prince because you're Hindu. Weird.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
know.
actually tried not to
Well, it's
assume. Yeah, I actually tried not to assume anything and to be polite and to ask you not to assume things from your name or anything. But
yeah,
apparently,
as long we mention Hindu, the biggest chapter in the Quran is the cow chapter. If there's a connection between Hinduism and Islam, why the biggest chapter in the Quran is the cow?
are you waiting for an answer?
Yeah?
I don't know.
What do you know then?
What do I know? Well, I know that I'm a Muslim, and I know why am I a Muslim?
You're not,
I know
you're,
why do I believe in God? Yeah, I know why do I believe in God. I
okay,
know
tell
why
me why you are a
there
Muslim. Tell me why you are a Muslim. You said you know why you are a Muslim. Tell me.
Okay, I'm actually not here to answer that question.
Oh, even this one is hard?
I never said that it's hard. It's very easy, but I'm not here to answer it.
Why you want to give me the easy answer? Is that like a treasure?
Well, no, it's not like a treasure or anything. The answer is easy. It's going to take a bit
Is it
of
connected?
time, but
Is it
the
is it
answer is pretty
connected
easy.
to is it connected to Bitcoin? This is why you don't want to tell me?
It is not connected to Bitcoin at all.
So
And
why you don't tell
wow,
me? Tell me
this is
why you are a
yeah, this
Muslim?
is
Why
great.
you are a Muslim?
I'm not here to answer that question.
You are here to
I'm
answer.
not here to answer that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you-
I'm here to ask questions.
By the
I'm
way,
here to ask questions.
by the way, if you notice, the icon you have in your picture in Discord is a cross. Do you know that?
No, it's not a cross.
It is a cross.
Okay, let's say that it's a cross. What do you want?
So do you believe in the cross?
Do I believe that the cross exists? Of course.
No, I mean that Jesus died on the cross.
No, I don't believe that Jesus died on the cross.
Well, the Quran says yes, he died on the cross.
All right, perfect. So, can I ask questions now?
No, why you want to jump? Isn't it the Quran says that the one they saw in the cross?
I'm not jumping. Wait.
Yeah, but
Think about it. Think about it. I am here. No. Think about it. I am here to talk to you and to ask you a couple of questions. And when I'm actually trying to do the thing that I am here for, you're accusing me of jumping. I'm not jumping.
I feel for you.
You
now.
are jumping.
I feel for
You
you.
are jumping.
You are struggling.
You are
here.
jumping.
Yeah. Well, you see.
Yeah, actually, this is true. I'm struggling. I'm struggling talking to you. I'm struggling maintaining an actual conversation with you. A proper conversation.
Are you going to sue me to the government of Joe Biden?
The government of Joe Biden? Well, no, I'm not. Don't worry.
Because you are saying you are struggling because you are talking to me, I'm afraid that you will accuse me of something now.
I am struggling to maintain a proper conversation with you. This is true.
Okay, let us say I am. You see, I'm a mature adult at the age of 6.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I don't think anything about that. May I ask you? All right, if you don't want to answer any of the questions that I will ask to you, you don't even know what question I'm going to ask to you. If you're not ready to take
Okay.
questions,
I will take a question from you. But can we have an agreement, me and you?
What agreement?
That's you ask me a question, I answer it. I ask you a question, you answer. You don't tell me I don't know.
I'm so unknowledgeable. I'm so ignorant. I'm here to learn from you by asking questions.
So
right?
which ignorant university you graduated from?
Actually, the university I graduated from has nothing to do with religion, and I'm here to ask you questions about religion.
What is your degree about?
I'm 18. I'm not graduated yet, but this is my second year in the college.
You are 18. Okay. Is your dad around?
My father? Yeah, my father is around. Do you want to talk to him?
Yeah?
Well, actually... Oh, no. Nah, you can't talk to him.
Why, your mom, she did not approve it?
Well, this is none of your business, actually.
Yeah, because you don't know. You have no idea. You tell me you are 18. I want to speak to your dad. Okay, you can talk to him, but you cannot talk to him. So what's going on?
I'm actually here to ask you a couple of questions. Are you ready to take my questions or not?
Couple of questions, that's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming to you to ask you a couple of questions about your religion?
How someone like me can answer someone like you? You are so smart. If you don't understand your religion, how you can understand my belief?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody don't understand his own belief, so you spend your life praying to a God, you call him Allah, and the second I ask you a question about your God, you have no idea what to say. So if now I spend my day explaining to you about my belief, are you going to understand when you don't understand your own belief? How many times you said to me, I do not know, when we talk about your religion?
Actually, I never said I don't know. I always say I'm not qualified to answer those questions.
All right, so you are not qualified to listen my answer. Listen to my answer then. If you are not qualified to
are
answer,
you qualified?
you are not qualified. Listen,
I'm sorry.
if you are not qualified, you are not qualified all the time.
You are asking me questions, and then when I say that I'm not qualified to answer them, you say, all right, let the qualified person answer them.
No, I believe
this is ridiculous.
I believe that you are saying I'm not qualified to avoid the embarrassment.
Of course, yeah, I'm not qualified to avoid the embarrassment.
But in the same time, you are lying to me. As an example, I said, if you are truthful, you said to me, no, he is not meaning it truthful. He says he's mistaken. But the opposite of a truth is a lie, not mistake.
Well, that was a mistake made by me that I gave you a part of the answer. I actually forgot that I'm here not to answer any questions. Yeah, this is a mistake made by me.
Okay, I will give you a chance to ask me one question, and then you can go to sleep. Go ahead.
All right, so you will not interrupt me.
No. As long are you going to use camel urine?
You will. Am I going to use camel urine to do what?
Like, I don't know, because you said to me, are you going to drop me? Like, are you going to throw? Because you must do weird stuff.
Are you going to
interrupt me? Like, is there a question in 10 hours?
Well, no, it's not going to take 10 hours.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so no, I need to ask you first a couple of questions. Are you not going to
No, give me one question. There's many people waiting. Look, there's a Muslim, they just bought a couple of beers and they want to join us. So, just give me a question. We will go.
No, before I go with the questions, I'm going to talk. So I need to make sure that you're not going to interrupt me when I'm talking.
Are you going to talk or you want to ask the question?
I'm going to ask the question, and in order to ask the question, I need to talk.
Well, you are talking. Give me the question.
All right, you're not going to interrupt me?
Oh, the drama. Let me take more bells. Hold on. This is for
say no. If you're not going to interrupt me, say no.
This is for rats.
Yes.
My friend, by the time you give me the question, we will be sleeping. People are getting bored. Like, what is this? Are you going to interrupt me? Are you going to stop me? Are you going? Should I call my mom? I mean, what I would do? I just keep saying to you, give me the question.
Sir, do you hear me?
No, I don't. Are you talking?
I am talking.
Hello,
right
hello,
now. Do you hear me? I'm talking.
Are you there?
Do you hear me? I'm here, yeah.
Okay, because the angel Jibreel, he squeezed your prophet 3 times because your prophet was not able to hear him. He keeps saying to him, read, and the guy, he have no idea what's going on. So if you need to squeeze it, let me know.
Beautiful. So can I ask you a question?
Why you are laughing? This is what happened to your prophet. I mean, it's a crazy story. The guy, he's an angel coming from heaven. He started squeezing the prophet. The prophet squeezed.
Sir, Sir, I have never. No, really. I have talked to people. No, really. I need to tell you that. I have talked to a lot of people who are knowledgeable, and I've talked to a lot of people who are academically taught about these stuff. I've actually never been with anybody who does what you're doing right now.
I know, really. My friend, ask Allah. Even Allah is suffering because of me.
Yeah, I'm actually suffering. Really. Like I cannot maintain a proper conversation with you. This is weird.
Okay, you're a prophet. You laugh when I said to you that the prophet been squeezed by the angel, because it's a funny story, isn't it? Why you are laughing?
So you actually assumed. Why am I laughing? How did you know that I'm laughing?
Because I mentioned the story. You laugh. We were not talking about something else.
No, I'm actually laughing since I came here at you, not at the stories that you're
You are
telling.
trying to hurt my feeling. So what do you think about the story, the angel being squeezing your prophet 3 times, and still the
Why
prophet
are
do
you
not know?
why are you asking me questions? I'm not here to answer any of your
So
questions, actually.
I want to know why you laugh. You should not respect your prophet. That's a shame.
I told you that I'm laughing at you. I'm not laughing at the story.
No, you
What's wrong
laugh
with
when
you?
I said to you, everybody is my witness, that you laugh when I mentioned to
So
you that
well,
your prophet being squeezed.
okay.
Okay,
No,
prophet.
you're really no, really now, really you are wasting my time. May I ask my questions?
I'm wasting my time. I'm asking you, give me the question since 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, of course. And I asked you, I'm going to give you the question. Are you going to interrupt
Okay, give
me
me the
and you
question.
refuse
Give
to
me the
answer?
question. Give me the question.
Are you going to interrupt me
Give me the
while
question.
giving you the
Don't.
question?
I'm losing my page. Give me the question.
All right, I'm actually going to give you some questions, a bunch of questions, not one question. Are you ready?
Lord have mercy. You remind me of your prophet. He said to his follower, "Are you sincerely ready to go to heaven?" They said, "Yes." He said, "Are you sincerely ready to go to heaven?" They said, "Yes, yes, prophet, yes." He said, "Are you sincerely ready to go to heaven?" They said, "Yes, yes, yes, yes." He said, "Are you sincerely ready to go to heaven?" They said, yes, 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 yes. And then the prophet said, "Say inshallah." Huh? The guys, they thought the bus is waiting for them. "Are you sincerely ready to go to heaven?" And he kept repeating. And they kept saying to him, "Yes." And they got so excited. And then he said to them at the end, "Say inshallah." Like, what the heck? Are you going to give me the question or not? What a drama. Don't forget to give us this like if you are here first time. If you are here first time, I feel sorry for you. You will become addicted. Don't tell me your mom, okay? Your mom, she will be addicted too. And then Joe Biden will give you a coupon for drugs sold by Hunter Biden. He have a website to sell drugs, but he is innocent. And Trump is a felon. Is a fellow, he have a felony. I mean, the whole family of Joe Biden is felony. I mean, you are the felony itself. Unbelievable. You are a crime against humanity. Like I was speaking to a girl, she said to me, "How you look like?" I said, "Do you know anyone like in America?" Said, "Yeah, we have a famous guy there, is Joe Biden." I said, "Exactly, I look like him." She hung up on me. Can you believe it? Like, what? This is not fair. You know the thing? Crazy people, you know. I mean, how you can find wife these days? If Joe Biden didn't like him, how they will like me? I mean, look at this guy. His name is Hunter. We are going to hunt in Russia for some oil and, you know, with the Chinese. Yeah. Who wanna hunter bite me? Do we have any hunter bite me here? Any Mohammedan would like to join us? Mayday, mayday. No, I don't mention anything about my beard. No, if I mention that my beard is 20 meter, she will marry me. Until she cut my beard, make it as towels, you know, and then she'll divorce you. This is what women do, you know, they take your beard, bye-bye. Yeah? Any Abdul? Who is a Muhammad that would like to join us? Any Abdul? I mean, this religion must be from God. Who is your God? Ask Mufti Menk. Who is Allah? He's your creator. Great and Prince. First of all, I warn you 10 times that if you make fun of us, we are going to sue you. Zakir Naik goes sue me. What you can do about it? First of all, you are getting me wrong. I'm not going to sue you to the government. I'm going to sue you to Allah. Yeah, Abdul, we make fun of Allah and he can do nothing about it. And your God is a fufu. Do you want me to prove it? Who's a Muslim wanna prove to him that Allah is fufu? You want to come back here? Why? You want to come back?
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Sir, do you hear me?
Do you hear me yourself?
Of course I can hear you.
Now we can hear each other. That's amazing.
Perfect. So I'm actually here to ask you a bunch of questions. Are you ready to ask? Are you
Okay,
ready
but give me
to
the
be
question.
asked those
Give me the question. Don't spend the coming hour telling me you have a question. Give me the question.
questions? Beautiful. The first question is, are you going to kick me out when I give you the question?
I promise you not to kick you out again. Here we go. Because this is the last time I will kick you out. Here we go. Oh boy. I just kick him out. I promise you not to kick him out again. That's it. No, I cannot. That's it. I mean, I keep saying to him, give me the question. He'll give me the story. Don't get married, man. I'm telling you, don't get married. I feel sorry for those women. They don't know what they are facing. They see a guy, he look okay, you know. He will be my husband. She marry him the second. They go to the bedroom. Hey, honey, you want to go to bed? I have a question. You don't kick me? Don't you like to make babies? But I have a question. You promise me not to kick me? But can we go now to bed and, you know? But yeah, do you promise that I want to talk, you know? Can we talk tomorrow in the morning? No wonder Muhammad, he could not have babies. Never, you know. Do we have any Muhammadan would like to join us? Muhammad, he have 25 wives. And according to Muslim, he was shooting all night. I mean, this guy, he can shoot 25 women in one after one. Even the hadith says that he don't even wash. So imagine those women are lined up next to each other and their legs open, excuse my language. And Muhammad, he just finished here. Second one. Next. Like the commercial for Audi. Next, you know. So, and then after all of this, he could not make babies. So he Muhammad and your prophet was doing what? Don't tell me he was doing it in the wrong location. And don't take me wrong. I mean their nose. "25 women. And yet none of them she gave baby? Why not? According to Muhammad, there's a guy, his name is Sulaiman. He wanted to have sex with 100 women. How many? 100 women. Oh boy. In one night. He did boom boom to all of them. But he forgot to say inshallah. So after 100 women having sex with them in one night, Allah gave him half human kid. Half a human. Can you believe it? You spend the whole night doing boom boom. Can you imagine how much work is that? You know what? For me, to be honest with you, I cannot do that. I mean, maybe, you know, like 97. Yeah, I mean, 97, I think it's possible. But 100? I don't think so. I don't think so. So, for sure, Prophet, this Prophet, he, you know, yeah. And you know, the funny is, Muhammad, he cannot even repeat the story twice correctly. So here in this hadith here, it says 70 women. How many? Where is the translation for this hadith? I don't see it. The goat ate it. We Muslims, where is the translation? Where is the translation for he want to have sex with 70 women? It's gone. You are hiding it. Okay, let's see this one. All right. Allah Messenger said, once Sulaiman, the son of David, said by Allah, I will sharp it tonight. He grabbed it, he used it, he did intercourse with it, with 100 women, or 99. This is what they say to you, the price, like price is $9.99. Now we know. Each of whom will give birth to a night to do jihad for Allah. If Allah wills, but he did not say that. He did not say it. They told him, say it, if Allah will, you idiot. He did not. Therefore, only one of those women conceived and gave birth to a half man. That is ultimate part for sure. True story. I mean, the guy, he spent the whole night. He Muslims, your prophet, the father of Muhammad, himself was not a believer. So is that why Muhammad is a half man? Because obviously he did not say inshallah. Huh? The one who will not say inshallah, he will give birth to a half man. So those 7 billion human beings, they are coming from where? Any Muhammadan? I mean, your prophet, by the way, is amazing telling stories. It's so good. It's very convincing. So listen carefully, guys. Those who have sex and fornicate, fornicators, shame on you. You don't want to have babies, there's no need for condoms. Don't say inshallah. Don't say inshallah. As you say, 100 women. So they'll just do 99. Because the last one is the one will, you know, the 100. Do 99, you stop for that night. There's no need for bills or, you know, don't say inshallah. It's amazing. And I see many of you are laughing. Shame on you. Do you want this to happen to you? Prophet Muhammad, he is the best knowledgeable person in the world. He was a scientist, doctor, you know, like Prophet Muhammad is the only prophet he was able to find out why the baby looked like his mother, like a female or a male. How, you know? How Muhammad knew that? Oh boy. Let us see. According to Muhammad, if the man come first, the baby will be a boy and he will look like his father. If the women have orgasm first, the baby will be a girl and will look like her mother. So if a prophet Muhammad squeezed be upon him, as the angels Jibreel, he squeezed him, is not a doctor, how he knew this? So look, if you are ugly and you look like me, never come first. I mean, unless you want your son to be very angry. Huh? Same as if you are a female. If you don't look good, let your husband come first. The baby will look like the father. And this is how we can fix the situation in this world. I mean, you go in the street, you see zombies. I look at the mirror, I see zombie. My dad, he did not know the knowledge about Allah, Prophet, what he said. If he knew, he would not do that. But it's too late now. We cannot fix it. So you want to have sex with your wife. And look, the wife of Muhammad, she never heard that women, they have orgasm. This is how good Prophet Muhammad was in bed. So Salama, obviously she's a whore. She offered herself later to Muhammad to F her. She say, Salama is the wife of Muhammad. Salim is the woman who offered herself. She said to Allah Messenger, yesterday I saw something very hot and I was touching myself. Is it obligatory for me to wash? You know, I saw something there, you know. The wife of Muhammad, she said, what? Do women, did she mention discharge? Does even women get discharge? The wife of Muhammad said. The wife of Muhammad, she got Muhammad busted. She never had orgasm. So Allah Apostle said, change topic. So how then the baby resemble his mother? That's deep. How Prophet of Allah was able to have sex with all those wives and none of them have a discharge. That's a miracle. He's a rabbit. 2 seconds each, you know? Like he touch it, next. Touch it, next. Touch it, next. Hey, Muhammad, you are giving them blessing to their vagina or you are having sex with them? Your wife should never have discharge. What the heck? What you were doing, man? Seriously? Do we have any Muhammadan? Don't forget to unsubscribe, please. And dislike our video. I appreciate that. You know, we are Arab, we are very awkward. Everything is upside down. Like in my culture, if you are a terrorist, you are a good person. If you rape women, you are a hero. If you kidnap children, you are brave. Even the dog, they kidnapped the dog from Israel. I mean, the guy, he took a toilet seat. I saw him, he put it in his head. Full of shit, Jewish shit. But you know what Jewish shit I think is valuable? I don't know. Sound like it. Maybe this guy, he thought maybe this Jew, he put his money there. So he took the toilet seat, he took it with him to Gaza. I mean, those Hamas are very decent, like their prophet. Do we have any Abdul from Gaza? Anyone? This guy is putting his hand up again. Come on. All right, I will bring you, but don't tell me the same drama. No drama, no more.
Hello?
Hello, hello.
How are you doing, Mr. Christian Prince?
I'm doing...
Sir,
you see,
how are you doing?
I told you to ask me the question, and now you lost your opportunity. So now you ask me the question, how are you doing? Okay, I will answer you. I'm doing fine. It's my turn now to ask you. Correct?
Your turn to do what? Your turn to ask questions?
Yes, because you asked me how you're doing. I told you I'm fine.
Cool.
So it's my
this
turn.
This is not the only question I have. No, this is not the only question I have.
Yeah, but this is the first one.
Guess what?
It's my turn. It's my turn now.
All right, perfect. So actually, we're not going to take turns because I never said that I'm going to answer any questions, right?
Oh, you said you will never answer?
Yeah, I said that I'm not qualified to answer any of your questions.
You know,
I said that I'm ignorant. I'm not here to answer questions. I'm here to ask.
Didn't your dad teach you to say, like, never say never?
No, my dad never told me that.
Well, your dad, he told you never get married, and look what happened to him. He got married.
All right, just don't kick me. I just want to talk to you a little bit.
Okay,
really?
Talk to me a little bit. Okay, go ahead.
All right, sir. You are not being truthful to me. Apparently, you are Christian. All evidences say that you are Christian. But when I asked you, are you Christian? You said that you're Hindu. How is that possible?
Because I like beef.
You like beef.
Well, I will tell you why. I will tell you why. The God of the Hindus, the God of the Hindus, when he want to resurrect somebody from death, they beat him with beef.
They what?
They beat him with beef. If somebody is dead, yeah, if somebody died, he was killed.
Wow.
So they beat. Yeah, wow, I know. Why? Is that funny?
No, it's shocking. You know.
What do you mean? I know it's stupid. It's okay. You can say it. It's stupid.
I never imagined it.
I know.
I wouldn't describe something. No, I wouldn't describe something from another religion as a stupid thing because I want people from other religions to respect my religion. So how would I expect them to respect my religion if I don't
So
respect
you
my
are
religion
not
back?
going. So you are not going to hide the word you like to say because you don't want them to insult your religion. But it's stupid, right?
I'm not going to describe anything from any other religion as stupid.
But you said it's shocking. You said to me it's shocking.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Why? What's wrong?
I didn't expect that.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Usually you don't hit people with beef in order to revive them, right?
Right. But this is what the Quran said.
All right.
This is what the Quran said.
All right.
What all right? A second ago it was funny. It was stupid. You know? But this is what the Quran saying. Allah, listen. Allah told Moses, go and get a cow, some beef, and beat the dead guy with the beef, beat the hell of him, he's dead. And then after you cover him with the blood and beat him with the penis and the tail of bish, 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 then he will wake up and he will tell you who killed him. So this story is in your book.
Beautiful, really beautiful.
What the beautiful? You said to me, you said to me, it's shocking. Are you shocked now?
Yeah, it's shocking. Well, if I was there, I would be shocked because that guy just revived by being hit by beef.
So is that the so is your God like he connect his power to beef? There's a connection between your God power and beef, like beefy stuff.
I don't know.
Because he said, and this is how we raise people from death.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, your God is a Hindu God. This is how he said. He said he raised people from death by beef.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So you should say shocking, shocking, not beautiful.
Yeah, it is shocking. It is shocking and it is beautiful at the same time.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Right?
All right.
Yeah, okay. But why aren't you being truthful about your belief in your religion?
You see, my friend, everybody knows who I am. I'm Christian Prince. So your question is not valid.
Actually, no. My question is not valid. I can actually.
You never heard of me. You never heard of me before.
Actually, I heard of you yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So why are you asking me then?
I'm asking you, so I need to make sure that you are the Christian Prince that I am.
I am the Christian. I am the Christian Prince. There's no other Christian Prince. It's me. Yeah.
There's no other Christian Prince than you.
Yes, that's me. That's only me.
Beautiful.
You can read my books if you want. You can read my books if you want. Did you read my books?
When I heard about you, I actually never read your books. When I heard about you yesterday, they told me that you are Egyptian. But when I asked you, where are you from? You said, first things first, you said that you're Arab, but you're not Egyptian like me. And a little bit after that, you said that you're Pakistani. But why are you lying?
Well, I will tell you what happened. You know, my dad, he used to be Hamas member. So he hijacked an airplane. And then my mom, she was giving birth to me. I was in the airplane because I wasn't born yet. So during the hijacking process, he was in Japan. I mean, they fly all over. And all those countries, they give you a certificate of citizenship if you are born there. So when people ask me, where are you from? I say, I'm black, blonde, African-American from Japan. So I'm telling the truth. That's what happened. So my little leg, the foot came there, the leg came there, the other leg came there, my hand came in that country. So it took a lot of time to, and he was flying, and there was, nobody want to give them landing permission until Allah.
Actually,
yeah.
Actually, I give you a lot of chances in order to have a proper conversation with you, but apparently you don't want to have one, right?
Oh, okay. All right. No problem. The
don't want to have one.
The guy, he want to give me a proper chance. Oof, that's deep.
I actually gave you 2 chances in order to have a proper conversation with you. But whether you kick me away or you keep saying this,
because you waste my time. Like when you spend the last 15 minutes asking me where I'm from, you said you want to have a question for me, but now you are not asking me. Okay, my friend, take care. Just take care, my friend. Let your dad come, man. I thought you said you have a question. I said, okay, let me ask. Listen to your question. You want to tell me where are you from? I never heard of you, and then you told me I heard of you. I don't know if you heard of me. I never heard of myself. You know, I don't like to talk about myself. I get scared. I took all the mirrors from my house. It scared the hell of me. I go in the bathroom, you see yourself. Unbelievable. Man, that's horrible. Hey, by the way, there's any female she like to marry and very ugly, scary, Arab? Anyone? You know, when I was in the army, you know, they have like, they have a chicken liver. Your name is chicken liver?
Yeah, bro, I like chicken.
All right.
What can I say, bro?
Are you a Muslim?
Alhamdulillah.
All right. So what do you think what do you think about the beef as long you are chicken liver? Your God, he resurrect people by using beef?
Beef is very delicious. Well, let me explain this.
Uh-huh.
This whole fucking beef thingy, it's simply just a miracle, okay?
Oh, okay.
It was just a commandment of God where he said, because in this context, it's of course, there's a, okay, bro, the hate comments in the fucking, that's crazy. Anyway.
No need for bad language, and if you don't like the comment, just ignore them.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut that off real quick. Anyways, well, the basic explanation to this is that there's context behind this, and the context is, well, there's been a murder that happened, but people did not know who it was, so they would consistently just accuse one another.
Okay.
And then God came down with the revelation that you should go and take a beef of my specific request, my specific description, that being that it's not too old, not too young, it had happy life, and that it's a yellow cow. The people there were eager to know who killed the man.
Mm-hmm.
They looked for this cow and they found it. Okay. Then God said, kill that cow and then take a piece of it and slam it on and hit the dead body with it.
Mm-hmm.
So they did, and that's when the resurrection happened. All as like a sign of a miracle of how God works his ways.
Amazing. So now you said this cow have to be yellow and have to be happy. So what if the cow is not yellow, black, and we hit the dead guy with it? He will not come back to life?
Wait, what? Your mic was lagging. Could
you say the cow should be yellow and happy?
It means, no, I'm saying that the cow, it should be, it should be living a good life.
Good life.
Happy.
Right, happy life. So what if we could not find a happy cow? Can we still do the miracle, or Allah cannot do it unless the cow is yellow?
Like I said, it doesn't have to be exactly happy. It has to just be specifically that it has lived a good life.
Okay, and have to be yellow.
Yes, yellow.
Have you ever saw a yellow cow?
No, but that's the miracle.
Okay. But you said they found it.
The same way Jesus turned water into wine. It's all a miracle.
But Jesus, he did not look for yellow water. It was water. Here, a cow is yellow. If the cow is yellow, that is, my friend, how they will find a cow and it's yellow? And if Allah want to resurrect somebody from death, do he need all of this drama? Just raise the guy. Jesus, he command the person to raise from death. The man is alive. So now, can your God do the same with this cow and beat him? Why we need to beat the guy?
He could. It's all just a tribute. It's all people do it to. Yeah, I'm really sleepy, by the way. It's fucking. Oh, I'm sorry for swearing. It's almost 30 minutes past 12 a.m.
Okay, I will not keep you long. I will not keep you long because I need you to go and dream with the yellow cow. But listen, if Allah is Almighty, and the people, they are desperate to know, all what Allah need to tell them is who killed the guy, because supposedly the guy, he woke up for a few seconds and he died again, correct?
So your mic is lagging.
The guy, he came back to life for a few seconds. He mentioned the name of who he killed him, and he died again. So what the point? Allah just tell them, he can tell them that this guy who killed him.
That's the whole point. It was all a sign of God that, hey, I'm with y'all, so follow my orders. So do this exact steps, and I'll reward you by showing that I'll give you the answer that has been separating the family, because the whole village, the people there, they were all separated. People were in distrust because they didn't know who the killer was. They kept pointing, oh, it's this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, causing a whole lot of fitna and a lot of problems.
All right. Your prophet, in chapter 3, verse 161, your prophet was accused of stealing an underwear. Why Allah did not use the same method? He was accused of stealing underwear.
Of stained underwear?
Yes, he stole it. They accuse him, the Muslims.
Give me the ayah, please.
Chapter 3, verse 161.
Oh, let me just stop real quick because I can't see your thingy.
All right.
Oh. Okay, boom. Okay. I searched up 161. It never says. It doesn't say anything about a prophet being accused of.
Yeah. It says Yaghul. It's mean he stole. They accuse him of theft. So why Allah? There in the case.
Wait, no. Here, let me see what it. Let me tell you what it says. It is not appropriate for a prophet to illegally withhold spoils of war, and whoever does so will be held against them on the day of judgment. Then every soul will be paid in full for what is done, and none will be wrong. I don't see. Where does it say anything?
Well, he take it illegally. That is a theft. So this is a false translation. The word in Arabic, yaghul, which means a thief. He stole. So now, if your God Allah, He did told them to use the beef to find out who killed that guy. Why Allah don't tell them who took the underwear? Because now this is connected to the owner of the Prophet himself. He is accused of being a thief. Shouldn't Allah tell them who is the one who took it? Until now, nobody knows. All what he said, it's not Muhammad. Shouldn't Allah say, go to this guy's house, you will find it? How easy. But now, there's no proof that Muhammad is not the one who took it. In fact, it is Muhammad. Why? Because Muhammad, he did not dare to accuse anyone. Says, let us go and check the houses of everyone, including us.
Sorry, sir, but your microphone's very laggy.
Guys, is my microphone good? Discord, do you hear me?
I don't know. Yeah, Discord, now I'm hearing you, but the audio is very...
Mic is bad?
A lot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Discord is doing bad. Let me see. I will leave the stage and come back. Give me a second.
Yeah.
All right.
Yo, let's go. Okay, now.
All right. You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. So now, your prophet been accused of stealing. How come Allah?
It just says that it doesn't accuse anything. It just says that a prophet cannot do it.
Yeah, we cannot do it because it's a theft.
Yeah, but it never says anything about them stealing.
No, it says the word in Arabic, yaghul. You are reading a translation. In translation, it says take illegally. When you take anything illegally, my friend, this is a false translation. When you say take illegally, it is mean you have no right. It's a theft. If you take money illegally, is that a theft or not?
Yes, it says if you take.
Yes. So who is the one who accused Muhammad? His companions, the Muslims. And this is telling you what kind of a quality those Muslims are. They're accusing their best man to be a thief. Now, why Allah could not tell us who is the one who took this underwear?
What?
If Allah is God, He is Almighty, He is all knowledgeable, He can see everything. Why Allah could not tell the Muslims who took this piece of clothing?
Sir?
Are you there?
Okay.
So, why Allah could not? There is something wrong in Discord.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you just speak a little more like deeply into the mic, or like put your mouth
All right.
closer?
So now the question is, if Allah is God, and Allah is the same one who did the miracle with Moses, he made the guy come back to life by using beef. Why Allah don't use beef here too and beat Muhammad with the beef, and then Muhammad will tell them who took it?
What?
Why Allah did not tell who is the one who stole the underwear?
Who stole the underwear where?
In the verse.
It doesn't say anything that it doesn't say.
Read the interpretation. Read the interpretation. A piece of a cloth is missing. A piece of a cloth. The Muslims, they attacked their neighbors. They stole a lot of booties, and now the Muslims are fighting over the booty. And there's a nice, beautiful red underwear is missing. They accuse Muhammad that he is the one who took it because they saw him holding it.
Let me find. Let's see. Wait. Tafsir.
The one in Ramble, if you don't hear me, you can go to, in Discord. If you have a problem to hear me in Discord, go to Ramble or go to YouTube. Go to Ramble or YouTube so you can hear me fine.
What?
I'm saying to the people here who do not have a problem to hear.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So?
Wait, I'm trying to reach it, but on. Wait, which tafsir do you use?
Read any tafsir you want, no problem. All of them, they say, all of them, it doesn't matter. All of them, they say the same. Your prophet was accused of stealing a piece of clothing.
Wait, tafsir, okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't see any.
All right, here we go. I mean, I don't know why. You don't see? No, you see. What are you talking about? Chapter 3, verse 161. Let me show you. Here we go.
It's just saying that nobody's allowed to defraud anyone.
No. This is not true. All tafsir, they say what I say to you. But anyway, a Muslim, he will not say it. I will not say it because he will not agree to say it. It's embarrassment. So this is your Islamic interpretation, and you will see here that a piece of clothing went missing. So they are fighting over it, and they are accusing Muhammad that he is the one who took it. This is Ibn Abbas, and we can go and see Tafsir al-Jalalain in English. I will put it for you on the screen. All right, do you see? On the day of Badr, some people began to say the Prophet, perhaps he took it. All right? He took what? He took a piece of clothing, yaghul. You see it? Fraud. You see? Fraud. Yaghul, he is a fraudant. Your Prophet accused to be a fraud.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me read it real quick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, wait, okay, so when red velvet cloth went missing on the day of Badr, and some people began to say, perhaps the Prophet took it, the following is real. It is not for a prophet to be fraudulent, and Yahulah, a variant reading as the passive, and Yahulah means to attribute to him the treasures. Yeah, it's just people accusing him of something.
Exactly. So now, we know it's a piece of a clothing went missing. Somebody stole it. In fact, it's a theft itself. This is the Muslim stealing from the Arab, and now they are fighting over the theft. So now they accuse their prophet that he is the thief. He took it. Muhammad, he could not prove that he is not guilty, but he claimed that Allah gave him a verse saying it's not for a prophet to be a thief. So the question here, if this is true, Muhammad is not the one who took it. Shouldn't Allah tell them who is the one who took it? Especially this is an accusation against the honor of Muhammad. Shouldn't Allah say, hey, go to the house of this guy, he took it? Obviously the God of Muhammad, he do not know. The God of Muhammad does not exist. If Muhammad is innocent,
it's cut off again, bro. Can you like repeat that, please?
If Muhammad, he have God, and his God is a true God, and Muhammad is honest, he did not steal it, then the God of Muhammad should say who took it. Why is hiding it? He should say, the one who took it is this guy. Go to his house, you will find it. This way people will know that Muhammad is not the thief.
Thing is though, they're not like actually accusing. They're just saying maybe the prophet took it.
No. They did not say maybe. Hold on. You see,
perhaps.
Okay, hold on. You see, hold on. Let me see, my friend. If it is just perhaps, if it's just perhaps, all what Muhammad need to do, I did not take it, and that's it. But as you see, this is getting so serious to the point that God himself, he sent verses about it. So the answer was, it is not the prophet who did steal. They did not say, where is the word perhaps? You know, no, I didn't see the word perhaps there. So they accuse him already, and now Allah trying to save Muhammad from the accusation, but he could not give us who is the one who took it. So if Allah is God, he should know. This is very simple. I mean, you call the police, they investigate. We got the Pink Panther, he can find it. But your God cannot. So how come in the case of Moses, we find the yellow cow, beat the dead guy with the cow, but in the case of Muhammad, and Muhammad is way important than someone else accused of killing. You know, this is a man, this is Muhammad, the prophet himself. In the case of Moses, it was not Moses who was accused, it was a guy, didn't know who killed him. So he asked Moses if he can find out who killed him, ask your God. Here, the one is accused is Muhammad himself. So why Allah could not provide the evidence and the proof of the one who took the panty?
Sorry, sir, I hate to break it to you, but that 5-minute talk was all just static. I barely heard anything.
All right, guys. People in Discord, did you hear me? Only him cannot hear me, or all of you? You heard me?
Yeah, some are saying no.
So all of them?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Discord have a problem.
Cutting off, yeah.
All right, my friend.
We're hearing you.
You can come next time. Maybe Discord will be better, and you can talk to me. No problem.
Yeah. We'll pause this for a second, and we'll meet later.
All right, no problem. You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
Yes. Thank you. I'll see you. Let's have this respectful discussion next time.
All right. Take care. So as you see, guys, it's just a funny, silly cult. Stories and fictions and dummy. And Muhammad, he could not even prove himself not guilty. Accused of his sin underwear by his followers. And that is telling you how bad the company of Muhammad. Imagine John accusing Jesus of his teen underwear. Just imagine. Imagine Peter saying, Jesus, where you took the underwear? And then imagine Jesus, he speaks to the Father, and the Father, he says, it's not Jesus who take it. What kind of an investigator, and what kind of an investigation, and what kind of God, and what kind of a company, what kind of a prophet, what kind of companions, what kind of community? They are fighting now over the theft. Like in the Middle East, we say we did not see them when they did it. We saw them when they fight over it. It's about thieves. So nobody saw them when they stole, but they saw them fighting over the theft. And this is what happened here. All right. Do we have a good time? Did you guys enjoy your time today? You did? I feel sorry for you. And now you will become addicted. You will keep coming here. And you will laugh a lot and you will gain weight. And then we have to call Candanis because she is selling things, Candanis, for losing weight. You know? I mean, all those people in the internet, they cannot do something without selling something. Hat, rat, t-shirt, panties, perfume. And they are there for charity, brother. They are here to help you. Just buy from us, buy. What do you want? Ali Dawah, he have halal food cat. Halal. Even, I mean, even Muslim cats, they need to eat halal food. It's amazing. I thought cats, they eat even cockroaches and mice and rats. Maybe the cat, when she eat the cockroach, she swear that in the name of Allah. She say, Allahu Akbar. That's deep. Halal cat food. Yeah, yeah. We should do that too. All right. Any Mohammedan would like to join us? Last call, last call. Because the flying carpet is waiting for me, the carpet of Solomon. I love the story of the flying carpet in the Quran. I wish I have one. You know, when I was a kid, I used to imagine myself taking the flying carpet and going all the way to the White House and turn the electricity off. So we will not have a broadcast where Biden is going to talk. Unbelievable. I mean, somebody take him, man. Hey, people, you know, of Afghanistan, you want to borrow him? Just take him. Anyone? Just, we have a lot of junk in this country. Flying carpet, Muhammad, huh? True story. Must be true story. Yeah. And the whole kingdom fly in the flying, like not only Suleiman, he's taking his friends, drinking coffee. No. The guy, he take his kingdom, his horses, and according to Muslims, his army is 2,500 miles long. Oof, how short. According to Muslims, the army of Suleiman start in Jerusalem and end in the city of Isfahan in Iran. Wow, that's a small army. Very small. All right. So guys, I want to say thank you for being here. I think we have enough for today. I will try to come tomorrow again. And don't forget to share the link, download the videos, cut them pieces, spreading around. The whole point is we want people, you know, to know the truth. And I don't mind people downloading my videos, posting it in their channels, and adding subtitle, your language, whatever you want. Let everybody laugh, let everybody see the truth. And the Bible says to us, the Lord says to us, the truth will set you free. And the Lord is the truth. I am the truth, the Lord. I am the way. I am the life. I am the resurrection. The Messiah is the only one who can save you. Muhammad, he have unknown foreign God. He stole his name from the previous nations, which is the name of the moon god. The Muslim, they try to refute it, they try to deny it, but it's overwhelming evidence. And in the top of that, not only it's a fake foreign god, it's a silly, stupid, idiot god. Say stupid things, scientific miracle is false, history is wrong. I mean, Arabic is horrible. Everything is messed up, and yet they lie to us and they say, what an amazing Quran. The second you start reading, the second you understand the language, you will see how funny and how silly, how stupid. This is why we, the Arabic Christians, we are the first one to laugh at anyone who believe in Islam, for we knew all the laundry of Muhammad. Garbage in, garbage out. In fact, garbage can be useful, and you can use recycle of it. In fact, even manure can be useful. But what is the benefit of Islam? Go and check all Muslim countries. Chaos, cheating, bribe, corrupt, crimes, rape, killing, kidnapping. It's messed up. the rich one or the poor one, it doesn't matter. The one who follow Islamic law and the one don't follow Islamic law, it doesn't matter. The most corrupt nations in the world, Islam could not make them better, Islam made them worse. For Islam approved lying, Islam approved cheating, Islam approved even the God himself. He told them, you say you can lie. Muhammad, he said, you can lie in 3 cases, to your friends, to your wife, to your family, to your enemy. Who's left? The whole society is based on lying. We lie to each other. The Muslims in YouTube, Mimi Hijab and Dili Dawah, she made a video about having secret wife. What kind of a society this society is? When the husband is just a liar. Who is a woman when I marry a man? He go and he sleep around and he supposedly married, but he have a secret wife. Do you know why you have secret wife? Because you are a fornicator. Because you are a coward. Because you don't dare to say you have second wife. Because you are a potato. Because you are not a man. And a true man is the one who God made him to be a man, and he stayed this way. God, he created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Eve's. If one woman cannot be satisfying, then there's no woman can be satisfying in the earth. Muslims, they follow their lust. They have no marriage. It's just about sex. The whole earth for them is about sex, money, and violence. And then they claim that Islam is a perfect religion. The religion of hating each other, even if we are brothers and sisters. When I was a kid, I go to visit a kid, a Muslim kid. I heard him saying the F word to his brother. He said it to his mother. I said, isn't it his mother, your mother, you stupid? He said, no. For me, as a Christian kid, I never know. I said, really? Why your like dad died and marry again, you know? I said, no. My dad, he had many wives. And the kids, they hate each other. The wives, they hate, you know, always I see the fight. They are putting the hair of each other, calling each other names. And the kids, they do the same. The wife are competing over the husband money, over food, over clothing, over everything. What a corrupt society. So kids, they hate. Imagine you have a brother and you hate him just because he is from different mother. And then when the father, he died, they kill each other over the money. This is what the system of Muhammad caused to society. So you are lucky if you are a Christian, for you believe in real marriage, ikhad, one woman, one man, love each other and respect each other, loyal to each other. And loyalty is God. Islam has zero loyalty. Loyalty is love, for God is love. The one who loves, he will be always loyal to his love. And we Christians, we have to be always loyal. That's why the Lord, he forbid us from taking an oath. Either you say yea, yea, or nay, nay. Anything else is from the devil. Liars take oath. Truthful do not need it, for always they say the truth. So be aware of the devil. The Bible warns you. The false teachers, they come to you in the clothes of a sheep, but they are wolves. Well, Muhammad, before he died, he took off the clothes of the sheep and he started slaughtering everybody. He's a rapist, he's a criminal, he's a thief, and as you see, even his followers accusing him of stealing. They are fighting over the theft. This is the man, they claim that he is a prophet and the best prophet of all mankind. Thank you all for being here. God is good, so is Jesus. And see you soon again.